Howdy. Alright, we were a little devious with the go live notification. Let's see who we get. We were a little tricky on this one. Hi, everybody. Welcome to YouTube night. Sorry I'm a little late. I was on dad duty and tonight was bath night. So I had to put baby down. But it's YouTube night. Woo! We haven't done this in a bit, I feel like. Maybe I'm making that up. I feel like we haven't had a good YouTube night. But tonight's the night. I got some stuff that chat recommended in the Discord. I got some stuff that showed up on my recommended. Full night of movies. A lot of movies. I just looked in the Discord now. Apparently they're not supporting the Twitch desktop app on April 30th. Like, thank God for that. I don't even know why they made it, dude. It's so stupid. They had, like, the Amazon thing where, like, you could get games there or something. Or, like, you could get games on the Twitch app specifically. That's so weird. Who was actually using that? Thank you, Nacho Splash. They gave out some free games, I thought. Oh, what's good, everybody? Oh, you guys are here for your free sub. Hey, how's it going? Congratulations. All here for your free sub. No, go ahead. No, hey, look at all the first-time chatters. Hey, yeah, you got a free sub in here, everybody. Yeah, somebody's going to be giving them out very soon. Very soon it's going to happen. Yeah, don't worry. We got big gifties coming. I just got to wait for the guy to show up. Don't worry. Hi, everybody. Thank you for showing up. It's so good to see you. Congratulations on winning your free tier 1. I'm very proud of you guys. Very proud. Everybody say thank you to whoever gifted you a sub. If your sub hasn't shown up, it probably will soon. Or somebody just has to gift it to you. But it will be coming soon. Thank you, Confused. Don't worry. Don't worry, everybody. It's coming in. And Juliet's asleep. She's face down on the mattress. Okay. Look at all those first-time chatters. All here for the free sub. I'm so happy for you guys, man. I really am. I'm glad you guys were finally acknowledged. You guys finally got in. Got your free sub. Didn't even have to work or pay for it or use Twitch Prime. Incredible. Congratulations. Was watching YouTube vid. Just got a sub. Life is good. Yeah. Congratulations. Oh, there we go. Colonel. Is that how you spell that? No. Colonel is with a L. Coronel. Thank you for the 5 gifted. See, there's 5 of them. The rest will be coming soon. The rest are coming soon. Just give it a second. They just got to get passed around. Don't worry. How do I redeem? You already are a sub. See? It's right there. Silly. You're so silly. Come on. How silly. You already have a sub. You don't need 2. Right? Thank you, Rainbow Mania. Wow, you use the Prime? That's crazy, because so many people are going to get a free sub soon. But, you know what? I still appreciate it. Thank you for pumping up the numbers. Means a lot. Incredible. Oh, thank you, Papa Phoenix. RNG Gamer. Thank you, guys. Numbers going up. We might hit 3,000 tonight. Especially with all the people in here claiming their free sub. Now, to claim the free sub, you probably have to be in here, I would say, for about half an hour or so they start rolling in. Just takes a little while, so just stick around for a little bit, and, you know, you should get it within time. Whoever gifted a sub, thank you very much. Thank you, 27 Hybrid. Thanks for stopping by. Great. Joke's on you. I watch for free. Security. That guy. That guy. Not anymore, bucko. Get him the fuck out of here. Escort him off the premises. He's gone. Yeah. Now you can watch for free still, but in silence. Now you can't tell me. Sawmill 3, oh my god, 10 gifties. Thank you so much. See, they're rolling out. They're all coming out now. There's 10 more. They're on the way. Don't worry. All you gotta do is stick around a little bit. They're coming soon. Okay, but seriously? Oh, S-Top! Thank you for the 5 gifted. Boing. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, they're rolling out. Everybody's getting them. Now, if you haven't gotten it yet, if you haven't gotten yours yet, hit exclamation point claim. And you should be able to get it then. Just go ahead and hit it now. And you might get it. Okay. It's a lot of people that have not claimed their gift sub. It should be rolling out soon. This will put you into the lottery for the gift subs. Now, everybody's going to get one, but you might get one sooner if you hit claim. In fact, I think if you boosted it a bit, go ahead and hit exclamation point boost, and you'll have a better chance of getting a sub faster. Go ahead and hit boost, please. Thank you, Dr. Dank, for the 5 gifted. Thank you, Valdos, for the 1 gifted. Torbgen for the 3. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, it's starting to move. It's starting to move. They're coming. They're coming. Wow! Coronel again with the 10 gifted. See, they're all coming out. See? They're coming now. Thank you, guys, for sticking around. I told you that your faith and patience would be rewarded. Thank you so much. Amazing. Look at that. 2365. Look at that. What a high number. But I think it could go higher. You see, we've been at 2365 for months. It's been so long. And if we just got one more to be able to hit that goal, I could unveil to you my greatest secret. The greatest content ever conceived by this channel. I can't do it until we hit the goal, so. Give subs, jaws drop the floor. For $5, you're doing that whole routine? Huh? Okay. So we got some movies tonight. Guys, if you've got any movies you would like us to take a look at on stream, drop them in the Discord. There's a watch this video. It should be called Watch This Movies. Actually, I can't believe we don't already name it that. That's crazy. And I'll take a look at it, and maybe I'll see. I've got a couple in queue, but if you got anything good, let me know. Some of you don't really get the prompt. Some of these are awful. I don't know why you think anybody would watch them, least of all me. But, you know, sometimes they're good. Not often, but sometimes. Coney, where's the Discord? Oh, Fridge Daddy! That's 10 more people in the Discord. Woo! Thank you, Fridge Daddy, for the 10 gifties. Good lord. You gotta subscribe to use the Discord. If you connect your Discord to your Twitch, it'll be in there. Ah, and then Fridge Daddy with the sub himself. Well done. Dude, I love that Green Day song. When I was a kid, my favorite Green Day song was Longview. And I told my mom that, and she was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, yeah, I really like these lyrics, but the lyrics are all about smoking pot and jacking off. And I was like 6 or 7, and she was like, honey, you don't know what these are. Just listen to the music. She was like, you don't get this. Just listen to the music and you're fine, you know? There's a line in the song about feeling like a dog in heat, and I took it literally. I was like, a hot dog. A dog like on the sidewalk that is sleeping. That's me at 7. I thought that was me when I sit in the outfield playing in the grass, you know? I didn't know. Oh, he's chazzing it up. He really is. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I didn't know that Chaz... Dude, Alfred had to tell me about chazzing it up. I didn't know that was like a thing. There's a character named Chaz that chazzes it up. What? Anime is stupid. Speaking of... Oh, I'm so sad. You guys. Dude. This is so sad. While we're talking about anime. Oh. I can't believe I had to show this to you guys. Can't believe this is real. He sold out. He actually sold out. I thought that said Popeye-chan right there. It does not. And I think Puppy-chan is probably not something I should look at. I feel like that's probably the dog girl. Uh-oh. Popeye sold out, dude. It's so embarrassing. I guess he wanted that sweet, sweet anime fan money. I remember when he didn't think too kindly of Japanese animation. Or Japan at all. But whatever, I won't cancel him. It's fine. Past is in the past. Popeye didn't fight World War II for that. Stop. You took it too far, not me. You did that. Thank you, Old Man Spidey, for the resub. Thanks for the prime. God. I thought that was my guy. I really did. I don't even want him in multiverses anymore. I've heard the leaks for multiverses. I assume you guys have too? No, you haven't. There's 700 people in here right now. There's no way all of you have heard. No, I shouldn't talk about it. That game felt so gross to play. NDA! 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 I actually didn't play it at all. I tried, and it wasn't working for me. So I actually haven't played it at all, but I have seen the mechanics. NDA! NDA! None of this happened, but I did not get to play. Do you think Popeye went to Nom? Does he have any Nom cartoons? I feel like he has to, right? I think he had a dead zone where he wasn't around in the 70s. You know? I don't think so, actually. Thanks, Matt, for the prime. 7 ads. Thanks for supporting the stream. Appreciate it, brother. Really not appreciating the MGK ad? Wait, is that true? There's a Machine Gun Kelly ad? I've seen the H&R Block one with a wizard. Wait, no, I have seen the Machine Gun Kelly ad. It's horrible. Wait, I think I have seen that one. Is that the one where he's like screaming? Like a Home Alone thing? Did you hear about the Twitch ad blocker that became adware? Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, hold on. You slimy little shits. You really thought you could get away with it, huh? That's insane. You thought you would have no consequences for stealing my money? Popular video ad block for Twitch extension with 600,000 users has removed the source code from GitHub and completely privatized it. The latest update requires new permissions to read and change your data on all Amazon UK sites, adding ARADB21 as a referral tag. Heist of the fucking century. Honestly, in terms of black hat programming, this is pretty based. Because he's not... Here's the thing. He's not stealing your money. He's just... he's getting more money himself. Basically, what the Amazon affiliate ads do is anytime you buy anything on Amazon with his link, you get a piece, or he gets a piece. And it's a small piece, like 1%, 2% maybe, depending on the item. So he's farming money. It's kind of like an Office Space, where they wrote the code to steal, like, you know, a fraction of a penny or something. Just saying, dude. It's a good idea. Kind of smart. But everybody's saying to remove it. Insane. He stole so much money from so many people, including me. And people won't... He's always trying to steal from all of you. No honor among thieves, okay? Just watch the ads. Sometimes they're funny. Not usually, though. What the fuck? Okay, so I mentioned the Watch This Video Discord. And now... there's... a lot of garbage. What the fuck? Yards. What happened? Chef's trying to hide food from Gordon Ramsay. Hide food? You have to give him the food at some point. It's not like you can not give him food at all. Alright. It was much worse before. Well, did people clean it up? I'm not watching all those foods. All these videos, okay? You can hide these videos from me. Ramsay will eat it all? Is that what he's known for? He eats it all and then hates it. Disgusting. Dreadful. More, please. It's raw! Wants lamb sauce on every food. Give him creme brulee. Where's the lamb sauce? You know what I should do? I should have had the go live notification say exclamation point claim. Because then, like, throughout the day, people might file in. That'd be fun. Check this out, too. So, in case you guys don't know, you would know who this is, right? Miskiff is it. Just look at the left side of Twitch. He's probably up there higher at the top, okay? This is like the biggest streamer on the platform. He's up there. He hosts a show called Schooled, which is basically Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, but for streamers. And he's been having a problem lately where people are cheating and confirming that they're cheating. It happened on the last episode. He had someone on who cheated. And people have cheated in the past before. And he has no idea how to fix it. Honestly, not that much of a problem for him. Dude, I mean, it's great for him, but at what point does it tip over, or do people even care? I don't think people ever would care. Because it's just controversy, right? It's content at the end of the day. Who cares? He should perma-ban cheaters from all his future events. Yeah, but should he? There's this really interesting conversation where, like, if we're talking the biggest net possible, like, as mass appealing as possible, why not allow cheaters? Fuck it. Who cares? It's content, right? Doesn't matter. But I also, like, I feel like it would be less interesting if people just cheated all the time, but maybe not. Have an episode where you let people cheat as much as possible, but the questions are super hard. Dude, no. The last one had some really hard questions, and people still somehow got them. One of them was like, who is the father of humanitarianism? And people got it. Hold on. Humanism. That's it. It's that guy. Now, I assume that if you knew that, you're cheating. On the past episode, they had a question that was like, whose code was it eye for an eye? It was like, you know, the eye for an eye rule. Whose code was that abided by? The answer is Hammurabi. I don't think people know who Hammurabi is. Definitely not streamers. And if you did know it, I think you would know it immediately. you'd be like, oh, Hammurabi. But if you don't know it, it's not like you're gonna be like, no, you either know it or you don't. Right? You guys know it because you're all 18 and you just got out of high school. It's not the same. These streamers are either dropouts or have been out of high school for a long time. So you guys might know it, but that's not normal. Sometimes they'll get the math wrong, but still get the right answer. It's a very funny show to watch, but you kind of have to have the understanding that people are cheat champ. So, you know. Oh my god. This video just got submitted. This is for me. I don't think this is good content. But this is for me. The full hhgregg collection. We're not watching the whole thing. I remember this asshole. I hate this fucking guy. I hate this dude. So, in case you don't know the Coney lore, hhgregg is. Damn it. Oh, they're only online now. Yeah, they're gonna die. Good. This is an anti-bounty. This is the opposite of a bounty. Never go here. This is hhgregg. It's shitty Best Buy. Okay? Shitty Best Buy. Become one with the hunt. Selling dog collars. Anyway, it's shitty Best Buy. I worked here for like 6 months. These people work 100% on commission. Although, I guess if it's an online retailer, that's not really the same thing. When you would go into the store, people would lie, champ. Oh my god, it was so bad. It was 100% commission. So people would say anything to get you to buy it. Because if I sell you a TV and you buy the TV and I make my commission, when you return that TV, I get to keep it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how much you return. Not my fault. I could lie. What? Oh, they said that I said the TV does this? Oh, no, they misunderstood. No, I never said that. So easy. Very easy to do. So, yeah, you would lie a lot, which is why I didn't work there very long, because I felt you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe this. I don't like doing sales. I don't like lying to people. I like lying to a big group of people, but to an individual, no, I can't. I can't do it. Because I always think, you know, my family kind of grew up poor, and I'm like, what if my mom was really dumb, and this guy took her for a ride and, you know, sold her a TV that was way more expensive than she needed? You know? Not trying to trick dumb people. At least not at an individual level. By the way, hit exclamation point claim to get your free sub. Now, this guy used to be the mascot, which is so stupid because he's just a flyer with a head.
Who are you?
The name's HH. How you doing? Your hhgregg sales guide. We wrote the book on price.
Oh, well, I'd love a new washer and dryer.
Great, then we're on the same page.
The washer and dryer section was always full of middle-aged men who were miserable. There were different sections. The TV section was full of the lowest, low-down, scum Weasley shits you could ever meet. The TV section was where the real money was. So if you were in the TV section trying to buy a TV, these people were scublords. They would say anything to get you to buy. The appliance people had sort of given up on life. It was sort of like Caled. There's this era of like despair, right? Like the earth has turned against them. You would wander around the appliances and there was nobody to be seen. It was really bad. So the appliance section was terrible. But there were all these, like, you know, middle-aged men who had gone hollow, who hadn't made any sales for a while. And they would try to sell you a fridge or a washer dryer, but they didn't really care. They weren't really pushy. Then you had the nerds in the laptop and consumer electronics section. So that's like cameras, MP3 players, I don't know. I'm trying to think of laptops, desktops, game systems, you know? And that was the most honest because those were nerds who knew a lot about the product, and the margins are razor thin. So you couldn't make a lot of money working in those spots. That was my section because I didn't know TVs. And I didn't pretend to know TVs. I didn't like lying to people. So I watched Up like, I think 10 times one day because it was on and I was on a very long shift. 10 times wouldn't make sense. It's a 2-hour-long movie. 5 times. 5 times one day. Just over and over. It was on all the TVs.
hhgregg's 20% off sale is now through Saturday. Get 20% off all TVs, 20% off appliances, and more.
I worked here at this time.
Whoa, watch the TVs. Look for me, the hhgregg sales guide in the paper, online, or at the store.
That was me. Right there. Have you guys ever worked a retail job? You can't sit down. You can't sit down. You cannot sit down. You cannot. They get so mad at you if you sit, which is insane to me as someone who sits for a living. I don't know where that rule started. I guess the idea is it's bad customer service because somebody comes in and, you know, you're not helping them, right? They have to wander around the store. It's so stupid. Isn't retail like top 5 worst jobs ever? Depends where you work. There are some good retail jobs, or at least passable. Like if they pay you a decent wage, or if there is some level of commission that's fair, it's not terrible. But those are very few. Very few and far between. Not common at all. They think you look lazy. Yeah, by sitting down, you look lazy. Which is obnoxious. I used to work at a Brookstone, too. Brookstone sells massage chairs. What the fuck do you think I'm going to do when there aren't customers in the store at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday? Huh? Sitting in the goddamn chair.
hhgregg, price and advice. Guaranteed.
Don't take the advice. Don't take the advice.
HH here.
My advice is
Have you
to
seen
sell
the
you a
Panasonic
$10,000
HDTVs
television.
at hhgregg? Man, they're huge. Of course, next to me, everything is huge. But
Don't.
these are 58-inch and 65-inch class Panasonic Viera HD TVs. They bring you action in perfect clarity. And sports.
600 hertz? Even the ads lie. What the fuck does that mean? I hate this fucking company.
So real, you'll think you're there.
I hate this company,
Wow.
dude.
These Panasonic Viera HD TVs
I'm glad
sure
they
are larger
died.
than life.
I really
and
am.
They're all here at hhgregg. Makeup.
I'm so happy that they're dead. At least offline. They'll die a slow, painful, bleeding death online. And I'm so thrilled.
Okay, fans, you make the call. Now through Saturday at
I have
hhgregg,
such hatred in my
20%
heart.
We've got all the TVs from Sony to Samsung.
Didn't like a
for the
single
big
manager,
games.
like 2 employees that I worked
And
with.
a huge selection of appliances.
20% off.
Spent
After
a
further
week
review,
and a half training.
Now through Saturday, take 20% off at hhgregg. Now that's roughing the prices. hhgregg, price and advice guaranteed.
Just become a streamer. Don't get a job. Just get on Twitch.
Whoa, HH.
I wish I could have
Looks
skipped
like you
this
put on a
step,
few
dude.
TVs.
Yeah, I overordered.
Who
And
hurt
it's the
you?
perfect
Him!
time to shed a few products. At
That
the
guy!
20% off sale at hhgregg.
It's always
You'll get
20%
off
off.
all TVs, appliances, and you'll save on audio, computers, cameras, and
Why did he try to fight me for the appliances?
TVs. Appliances.
Bro, stop. Can you stop?
And you'll save
Swinging
on
at
audio,
me?
computers, cameras, and more.
Why is he pregnant?
When I
He's
lose,
pregnant
you
with
save
deals.
20% at hhgregg.
He has so many
Hey,
sales.
looking good, HH.
Yeah, I've got the best ad. hhgregg.
Hey, look.
This woman would lie to your dying grandmother. This woman will say anything to get you buy a fucking washer.
Looking good, HH.
She's scum.
Yeah,
Do not
I've got
believe
the
her
best
lies.
Ads in the business. hhgregg. Price
I hate
and
everybody.
advice,
I'm so miserable.
Whoa, HH. Looks like you put on a
Pregnant
few
again?
TVs.
Yeah, I overordered, and it's the perfect time to When I lose, yeah, guaranteed. Save on everything at Christmas and Blu-ray $99.
Oh my God, $99 Blu-ray player.
Greg, 32-inch LCD TV, $299. LG 42-inch HD TV, $489.
I didn't know they had this many commercials. Oh, I love refrigerators.
Hey, what's that, HH?
My ticket to must-see 3D at H.
Why did they start the commercial like that? Oh, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's that, HH?
My ticket to must-see 3D at
That's good.
Greg.
Then you gotta see the Panasonic Viera 3D TV. Whoa! It's not only an amazing 3D experience,
Dude.
it's one of the best 2D TVs ever tested.
Dude, I didn't realize how long ago this was. 2010. Dude, they don't make 3D TVs anymore, right? I remember seeing these in the store, and I'm like, this is a fucking fad. Thank God it's over. Yeah, they gave up. Yeah. I was 22 working at this job, maybe 23. Severely depressed. I would literally... This is insane. I would literally go to work 10 hours, come home to my house, which was a very shitty house with my 5 roommates, and play Jak and Daxter 2 on the big TV for hours. That's what or Siren on the PS2. I played all the Jak and Daxter games. I would just come home, play Jak and Daxter, go to bed, and go to work the next day. Was it a 3D TV? You think I could afford that working at hhgregg? I never made commission because I didn't lie to people. So I made minimum wage, which was $7.25 an hour. Because I didn't lie. The only time that I sold shit was like, people would come in and they'd be like, hey, I need a laptop. And I'm like, hey, what do you need it for? They're like, just word processing. I'm like, you game? You doing any gaming? They said no every time. All right, well, here's a Chromebook. Here's a notebook. This will be fine. Crazy that that's still the federal minimum wage. That's not true, right? It can't be. I thought it was like 10. It is? We need to... Never mind. I was about to say something that might get me banned on Twitch. I'll just say we might need to incite some change, let's say. Oh, dude. Let's just say that. Okay, White Hassan. Yeah, let's not go too far. Hey, you guys saw the news, right? That one streamer that said that she was going to do something to Twitch and got banned and then is unbanned in a month? What the fuck's up with that? What the fuck is up with that? Huh? Oh my God. I'm not a drama streamer, but good Lord. I don't even think... You know what's crazy? I don't even think I'm allowed to say what her threat was. Am I allowed to say it? Or will I get in trouble? I'm actually curious. She hinted at, or perhaps joked, which is a charitable way to say it, about causing harm, alluded to, causing harm to Twitch headquarters and Twitch staff. In a critical way, let's say, maybe. I don't know a better way to put that. Was banned from the platform and then was told, you'll be back in a month. So, you know, like Bomberman style? No.
Even without the glasses, the Panasonic Viera is a whole new world of TV realism.
Bro, why does shit keep coming out of the TV?
Viera Cast.
How many ads do you have?
At 8.
These dudes have no ads. They got one joke.
Save a little cash. Mark down tonight. Interest. Mark down. I feel an hhgregg sale coming on. Mark down tonight. Tonight, boy. Save a little cash.
Oh my God.
Super sale 40 computers, Certa betting, and us.
What does that feel like? You will never know what it feels like to have a sale coming on. You will never know that feeling.
No interest financing. Celebrating the new year by offering our lowest prices. No interest finance. Read all about it. hhgregg opens private sale.
I hate this guy.
hhgregg.
By the way, they never aired these commercials in my area. I think this place started in
hhgregg's New Year's.
Indiana?
Hey, you more.
It's a Midwest
hhgregg opens
company.
Appliances, computers,
This guy is honest. This guy's honest. He's nice. Because he works in laptops and cameras. But he's going to leave in like 3 months because he can't feed his family. You can't feed your family on cameras. He should be back there. This is where the sharks swim. You go to the deep water. Dude, people would literally... This happened to me. I don't want to tell you guys this because you're going to laugh at me. I got cucked on a sale. I talked to this old couple for 2 hours about the TV they would like. And they wanted the biggest, most expensive TV, 3D, all the works. And they wanted it. And I was like, you sure? You want? And they were like, yeah, who cares? Money wasn't an object. They lived in Annapolis. They were millionaires. I go to get the paperwork. Some motherfucker sniped them. He was literally ringing them up in the back. And I was like, hey, I'm talking to these guys. He's like, no, I got it. Don't worry. I'll help them. And I'm like, hey, man, I was kind of helping them. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. Why don't you go help those people over there? And when you can't tell the people, like, hey, this is commission. Let me do it. You can't tell them that. And if I go to a manager, I look like a pussy. So I'm just like, dude, come on. It's bad. It was really bad. It's fucked up. People were sharks. Seriously. Put them on blast in front of the customer? For what? I would get written up. I would get in trouble for that. That's the thing about this company, is that they didn't care. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? The company would get mad at me for ruining the customer experience because they just wanted a TV. Why do you have to bring, politics into it or whatever the fuck? It was so bad. It was actually cutthroat. I hated this fucking job so much. And I don't say that about every job I do. I did Brookstone. It was fine. It was kind of low paying, and it was kind of shitty, but it was fine. It's a fine retail job. Pretty much every other job I had was fine. But this one, oh, God. I would have simply sold to the old people. Oh, well, okay, I was also like 21, 22, and this guy, I didn't mention this. This guy was like 40. The guy that did this was like 40. So, like, what, that guy, evil? I mean, he had kids to feed, right? I don't know. It was bad. Damn, he's dead by now. I hope so.
Cameras, camcorders, and more.
I hope so.
hhgregg opens its private
In
sale to the
Minecraft.
public
In
this
Minecraft.
Thursday,
I hope he
Friday,
died in
and
Minecraft.
Saturday. But that's our secret. Just like your lava lamp. Nice.
Do you think anybody was watching this at 3 a.m. and had a lava lamp there and, like, shot their TV? They were so scared. Oh, my God! Pow! The government's watching me! Somebody probably had a bad trip to hhgregg. You wake up at 3 a.m. and this guy's on the TV looking at you. God, I fucking hate hhgregg. Oh! I'm stun locked on this. I really am. All this guy does is lie. So stupid. Can we get Coney scam with the hhgregg guy? I mean, why? What for? I do have a lot of, I do have a shit ton of emote slots that I haven't used. I have to watch. Chef's trying to hide food. You know, I have to. That's so funny. What? I thought this said "lul." Like the guy that uploaded it was laughing too. That's funny. All right. I wonder if any of them... Do you think anybody gets away with it?
Oh my god, this is delicious.
I have such contempt for these people. Don't you? Have you ever seen Hell's Kitchen? The idea of Hell's Kitchen is there are two teams. There's a blue team and a red team. And they have to make food or make dishes, right? And the idea is, you know, they compete and they get different menus or whatever. And you sit on one team or the other. And when you come to the restaurant, you sort of have an expectation that, one, you're going to be on TV, and two, shit's probably going to go bad. You're going to be on TV, and your meal might take a while because, you know, they're filming reality TV. Something might go wrong. But these people can be so shitty. These people can be so shitty. For what? This was cooked wrong. I take it back. I don't know what you were thinking. Just to the wait staff, too. Like, you're already on TV, you know? That's anywhere. Yeah, but especially here, right? I don't know. This whole thing just seems shitty. I want a Wellington now. I've never eaten a Wellington with my hands, but that sounds fun. Like a snack. Oh, that's why I want to be rich. That's like a life goal of mine now. Ordering a Wellington to go and just eating it like, oh, that sounds good.
Why did you?
Oh, hell no. Try to hide it behind ribs? Ribs aren't even solid. You could see through them. Oh, no. There's no way she threw away that much noodles. Bro, that can't be true. This is movie magic. They played the same clip 4 times. A feast for rats. How much could you hide? That's all from like yesterday. If I was somebody else, I would set one of them up. I would do that. I would put a bunch of noodles at the bottom of the trash can and then convince one of them to throw it away. And then instead of just one portion, there's like 8 portions and you pull them all. Why are they trying to hide it? It's Gordon fucking... He was in the sight cone? Yeah. He called him Bozo. I like Bozo better than Donkey. That's pretty good. Okay. Thank you for showing me a video of people trying to hide food from Gordon Ramsay. He'll always find it. Wait, is this a real video? No way this is real. On the actual channel.
Handsome.
When the food is not bussin'. Oh, like bust out. Oh, is that it? Or it's just not good? Damn, dude. I don't know who's doing social media here, but they're kind of killing it. Let's find out. I mean, I'm not watching Gordon Ramsay all night. Come on. I can't do it all night. Actually, you know what I forgot to do that we do at the start of every stream? Shit. Not actually shit. This. Hold on. I forgot. We were so busy claiming free subs. One sec. Hold on. Thank you. It's Day. Thanks, Crispy Chicken. Funny. Thank you, Raid Live, for the Prime. Huckleso JC. Musical Mercy. And for the gift. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Don't cheat. I'm not looking at chat. Okay. Is this Ace of Base? Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh my god, it is! Holy shit! Is it the sign? No. All that she wants? Electronic instruments. So everything sounded shitty. What was the other one? What was the film one? I don't remember what it was called. Shit, I gotta go back to my Twitter thing. Framed? Ah, thank you. Framed.wtf. Don't spoil it. Okay? Be nice. This isn't The Matrix, right? I've never seen The Matrix. Is this like the end where they're like walking Footloose? If it's Footloose, I'm going to be so mad at you. Footloose is not in here. Why would this be Footloose? Okay, office setting. Looks kind of sterile. Maybe a police department? Can I skip? No. 7? It's not 7, right? Oh! A beard? Why is he dressed like that? What could this... I don't know. I'm just putting stuff in. What is that? Is that a soccer field? What the fuck is that? I don't know. A bald guy. It's clearly in England. It's not like Snatched, right? Or Snatch? No. Train Spotting? It wouldn't be. Oh. It's Hot Fuzz. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. As soon as I see that guy. Okay. Yeah. All right. Dude, no, that was hard. That one was hard. Cheated? No. Why would I wait until I see Simon Pegg to cheat? If I wanted to cheat, I would have cheated earlier. I've seen this movie, and I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really like it. It was okay. It was okay. It's mid. It's mid. It's okay. It's all right. Not that good. You know what the problem is? He's British. That's what it is. He's British, not funny. Every joke has to come through this accent. Makes it not funny, innit? It's just not possible. It's very hard to do to make it funny. Not a humorous people. You understand? That's all. Alright. I've had this video on my recommended forever.
Manny Ramirez is the strangest athlete to ever play
Spoilers.
sports. According to one team...
Alright, one of our favorite side channels, Baseball Doesn't Exist, is here. And this is the strangest athlete in sports history. And I want you to see this thumbnail. I think he pees on the field at one point. I think that's going to happen. Spoilers, but... I have to know about this guy. This was in my recommended too. Yeah, I think this has made the rounds of people's recommended, and I have to see it.
Manny Ramirez is the strangest athlete to ever play sports. According to one teammate during spring training, he had to sleep in the same bed as him because he was afraid of the dark. The man who sold him testosterone says Manny had them share a hotel room so he could read him bedtime stories. In Boston, the team psychologist printed out a laminated piece of paper that reminded him how many outs there were.
I feel like Manny Ramirez has some, like, bedtime trauma.
He secretly gave
This
teammates
is just
alcohol
sad.
spiked with Viagra before games, was arrested twice, fought a teammate, fought a clubhouse attendant, fought a 64-year-old man, and peed in the outfield.
When?
All while having
I gotta see that.
one of the most productive offensive careers in baseball history.
I gotta see him pee in the outfield.
He's been accused of cheating, as well as a crime
I'm okay with
so
just seeing his
serious,
back.
he may never be involved in Major League Baseball again. But at 49 years old, Manny still continues to play and do some very strange things. think.
He still
Manny
plays?
Ramirez is so impulsive that while playing in Japan, a fan from America who never even played high school baseball randomly gave him a hitting tip. Manny Ramirez hired him as his full-time hitting coach, and it worked.
What the fuck? Dude! Dude, it's that easy to get a job? You could just go up to somebody and be like, hey, eye on the ball, slugger. Hey, you busy? Are you employed? I, a professional baseball player, would love to employ you. Charisma is a life hack. That's what we always say on this stream. Charisma is a cheat code.
He once gifted Dustin Pedroia a $20,000 Rolex. As Pedroia was unwrapping the gift, Manny took the Rolex back and smashed it with a baseball bat. This sounds like something a very arrogant and cocky person would do, but despite popular belief, Manny Ramirez is an extremely shy person. In high school, he knew very little English, would wake up at 4:30 a.m. to train, then go back to sleep and regularly skipped class. Manny Ramirez never even graduated high school. His entire future relied on him getting drafted.
And he
was
made
selected 13th overall in the 1991 draft. The craziest part about this, his family literally had no idea. He was the high school player of the year. The New York Times followed his
inspirational
entire
as
senior
hell.
season. But according to his sister,
I want to be Manny
they found out
Ramirez.
he was drafted because a friend saw it on the news. His mom, dad, and sisters never once saw him play until he was pro.
Dude, that's insane. Imagine your son out of nowhere just calling you and being like, yeah, I'm in the I'm in MLB now. You want to come to my game? I play for the Red Sox. You've never seen me play the game. You didn't even know I did any of this. I could get you a ticket.
Because according to them,
this is what happens when you put all your points in luck.
Or
There are probably hundreds of Manny Ramirez's, if not thousands. He just hit the jackpot.
Even talked about playing
That's
baseball. He was extremely shy with a suspiciously low self-esteem. In his first minor league season, he admitted to teammates he, quote, wasn't that good and didn't know why the Indians paid him so much money.
Manny.
He once went into his manager's office crying, saying he couldn't hit, and according to his manager, tried to quit the team multiple times. What makes this insane is that Manny Ramirez was by far the best player on the team. While in the minors, the Indians insisted on sending him to the Dominican Winter League to gain experience.
All right, that would piss me off. If the best player on the team is, I'm not good enough, I can't hit, and he's got a fucking 3.5 RBI, 3.5 batting average, insane RBI, just destroying everybody. I'm not good. Everybody's better than me. Shut the fuck up. You're going to get all of our salaries lowered. I feel like this guy is just too honest. Have you ever met somebody in your life that has no hints of, like, they have no affectations of, like, image or, like, trying to portray something? It's just way too earnest. I feel like you can't exist like this, right?
And this was a complete disaster.
What a sweetheart.
The team had a bus driver who would pick up the players staying in the hotel and take them to the stadium every game day. One day, Manny convinced the bus driver to give him the keys to the bus and promised he would pick up the players for him. Manny instead drove 2 hours to pick up his BMW, which he shipped from the US. The players waited at the hotel for the bus to come, but since Manny had the bus on the other side of the island, nobody came to pick them up.
Manny, what are you
was
doing?
kicked off the team the next day.
Manny,
This
get
was
your
the first of
players!
Many times, Manny got in trouble due to his driving. Manny bought his first car right after getting drafted, but according to one of his teammates, couldn't use it because he didn't know how to drive stick shift. From 1991 until 1996, Manny Ramirez amassed 17 unpaid tickets in New York City alone, a place he only lived half of the year.
Why would you get a car in New York City if you can't drive? You shouldn't have a car in New York City anyway. Why would you get one if you can't drive?
He once got pulled over because his windows were illegally tinted. Manny got a ticket, drove off, did an illegal U-turn, and got another ticket from the exact same cop less than a minute later.
Pay out. Bro, you're hitting your quota on this, dude. I would just follow him everywhere.
Understand, this is how I roll. This is not Miami Vice. This is Money Vice.
And in 1996,
I would install a bug on his car.
He hit a 5-year-old boy with his car while leaving the spring training facility. The police emphasized that this incident was not Manny's fault, and he sent the kid gifts in the hospital, so everyone was forgiven. Deep down, Manny seemed like a shy, innocent person who, despite being a star
I was about to say, I hate this guy now.
athlete, played and acted like a kid. In the minors, Manny and his manager
He's playing
Charlie
on
Manuel
Wild Wasteland,
had such a good relationship, the two would play wrestle. Manny stole his pants and would wear them around the clubhouse, and when he was called up to the majors, asked if he was allowed to bring his minor league manager with him. The Indians said no, but he really didn't need him. A few days later, Manny got his first major league hit, which may be the funniest, most embarrassing first hit ever.
And he thinks it's a home run. Look at this. He thinks it's a home run. He thinks the ball went out. And a bit of embarrassment. But
Manny continued to make mistakes like this
third.
at an
He stole third.
unbelievable pace. He once stole second base, was safe by a mile, but for some reason thought the ball was foul. So he went back to first base and was tagged out. In this play, he was the go-ahead run. All he had to do was tag up and score, but the runner behind him was thrown out before he scored because he decided to jog. On this play, Manny thought the ball was foul or called dead, so he just started walking back to his position. The ball wasn't foul or dead, but by the time he realized it, the runner had already scored an inside-the-park home run. And in the 1998,
he got all the way around. Is he win trading? Is Manny Ramirez win trading? This is win trading behavior. If people in my league games do this, I file a report.
ALCS, he tried to rob a home run on a ball that landed behind him, likely costing his team several runs.
thinks it's a home run. And he runs by
This
the
is
ball.
zero
Sportswriter
perception.
said that Manny Ramirez needed a, quote, brain transplant.
Is this just 20 minutes of things that he did? We're a quarter of the way into the video. There's no larger narrative. This is just shit that Manny Ramirez did.
And the team psychologist even printed out a laminated piece of paper that reminded him to keep track of the score, the number of outs, and which base he should throw the ball to. After watching Manny stay in the box after watching ball 4 multiple times, his general manager asked him why. Manny responded by saying,
I don't keep track of the balls. I don't keep track of the strikes either. I go up there looking for a ball I can hit. Isn't that what you're paying me to do?
Dude.
I said, that's right, buddy. Carry on.
It's easy to say
I love
that
this
these
guy.
are examples of why Manny Ramirez is stupid.
He
In
just
reality,
has severe
the carefree
ADHD.
attitude Manny
He's
played
a
with
savant.
relieved him of a ton of mental pressure and likely contributed to him being one of the best hitters in baseball. While in Cleveland, he only had a OPS below 900 once. He made 4 All-Star teams and won 3 Silver Sluggers, but didn't like keeping the trophies and gave at least one of them to the team psychologist. In 1999, he hit 165
What the
RBIs,
fuck?
the most RBIs in a season since 1938. Manny Ramirez was one of the best hitters in baseball and also the strangest one. The video
What
guy
the
on the
fuck?
Indians says that Manny would regularly strip down to no clothes, then come into the video room and try to hug everybody.
Aww.
Manny also constantly forgot to deposit his game checks. He once left a $25,000 check in his locker that was found in the offseason. The Indians found $80,000 in checks in a suitcase he lost, and he never even mentioned
Love
it.
of the game.
He once told a
Love of the
clubhouse
game.
attendant to wash his car and used the money in his glove box to pay for it. When he opened the glove box, he found $10,000 in cash. And despite making all of this money and just forgetting about it, he once genuinely asked a Indians beat writer if he could borrow 30 grand so he could buy a motorcycle.
Somebody's interviewing you? Hey, man, listen. Thanks for doing this interview. I had a great time. Can I have $30,000?
Unfortunately,
I
the
really
writer
want
said no.
Manny, you know
a chopper. Come on.
His teammate Jose Mesa once demanded Manny's locker be moved because Manny just kept stealing things from his locker. Manny stole clothes from everyone on every team he was on. According to his sister, he even stole her clothes and wore them to high school.
This
The
is
team's
mental
clubhouse
illness.
manager once confronted Manny because he was taking bats from the equipment room, and they got in a huge fight.
Why was he
which
stealing
ended
bats?
with Manny slapping him in the face. In Boston, Manny's antics got even more extreme,
What the
at times even turning criminal. Manny became a Red Sox icon. He also got in brawls, fights with his own teammates, and made extremely strange headlines, which eventually led the Red Sox to do anything they could to get rid of him.
I love
Before we
Manny,
get
bro.
to that, a word from today's sponsor.
I love Manny.
Skillshare is an online learning community.
No
where
words.
this is on
No
professional
words.
well. Cleveland, Manny met an equipment manager who introduced him to sushi, mixed his protein shakes well, and was able to make the pitching machines throw sliders. Manny saw him as a good luck charm, so when the Red Sox offered him a $160 million contract,
Oh my God.
Manny said he would only agree if the Red Sox also hire his favorite equipment manager.
Bro, what a fucking king. If I go up, we all go up. God bless him for that. What a fucking Chad. The whole team come up with me.
And the Red Sox said yes.
All the boys eating
Manny
good,
continued
yeah.
to be one of the best hitters in baseball.
He just seems
but
like a
also
sweetheart,
drove
dude.
the
This
Red
is one of
Sox
the most
insane.
pure
He
souls
once
I've ever
missed
heard of.
media day for the All-Star game because according to him, his grandma died. He then told a different reporter it was because his grandma was sick. Turns out his grandma was still alive. The next year, while in a rehab assignment, Manny lost a $50,000 earring while sliding into third base. The grounds crew raked the entire infield between every inning, and after the game, he and the entire team patrolled the entire field to find it. They never did. Manny also apparently got his
The
hair
whole
done during
team?
a game during this rehab assignment, and according to one writer, if he could stay in the minors the rest of his career and get paid the same, he would. Later in his career, Manny Ramirez
wants to play.
literally requested to be traded to Pawtucket, the team's AAA affiliate. Manny's reputation in
He just
Boston
wants to play the
was quickly
game, bro.
crashing. Within a year, Manny reportedly begged the Red Sox owner to trade him because
love
of how
this
much
guy,
he hated
dude.
Boston media. He missed a game against the Yankees because he was sick. Then after that game, was seen in a hotel bar with Yankees infielder Enrique Wilson.
Manny
even told a reporter his biggest dream was to play for the Yankees. A month later, he was eliminated by the Yankees after a demoralizing series that involved him getting into a brawl.
You talk about looking for a reason. Absolutely.
Which led to Pedro Martinez throwing 72-year-old Don Zimmer.
Oh, shit.
That's awful.
And 2 Yankees getting charged with assault.
Okay, to be fair,
which led to Pedro Martinez throwing 72-year.
that 72-year-old, a little bit too froggy, I would say.
Okay, I if I'm missing anything here, but why the ever-loving fuck would you have to ask someone for 30 grand if you got signed up with a $160 million contract, Omega Lal?
I think he just had an idea. He was probably in the interview, and they started talking about motorcycles or something. He's like, I would love a motorcycle. I wonder if I have $30,000 in the bank. I know I have a $160 million contract, but I should just ask this guy. Surely I could get something.
Year-old Don Zimmer.
Oh my goodness.
All right, that 72-year-old had it coming. He was rushing him. That's his fault. Don Zimmer, you shouldn't have done that.
And
Old
2
ass.
Yankees getting charged with assault for fighting a Red Sox grounds crew member in the bullpen.
Ugly incident.
He earned
Police
that one. That was
responded
self-defense, yeah.
immediately, as did bullpen staff for the Yankees.
At this point, Manny wanted out, and the Red Sox did everything they could to get rid of him. They tried to trade him and even ended up putting him on waivers, meaning that any team could have him for free if they paid his contract. Despite being an all-star 6 years in a row and
The
finishing
best hitter
6th
in the league,
MVP
and nobody
voting the year
wants him.
before, every single major league team passed on him. But just when things looked like they couldn't get any worse, Manny and the Red Sox shocked the world. In 2004, he dominated the playoffs.
They won,
and
right?
led Boston
Yeah,
to
yeah,
their
yeah,
first
yeah.
World Series in 85 years. He won World Series MVP, and all of a sudden, the strange antics Red Sox fans seem to hate him for were now celebrated. and they started getting even crazier. Manny skipped the White House ceremony because, according to him, he was at home meditating.
Running mate Manny Ramirez isn't here. I guess his grandmother died again.
Good one.
Just kidding. Man, I didn't mean it.
Manny kept on telling reporters that.
Why he's got the EE inflection? Manny, I didn't mean it, man.
Just kidding. Man, I didn't mean it.
Manny, I didn't mean it. Where did he learn that? Did EE get it from George W. Bush?
Manny kept on telling reporters that he took up meditation and began
Is that where they got
reading a ton of self-help books. But according to his wife, she's never seen him read a book in his life. One time during a mound visit, Manny Ramirez famously walked into the Green Monster so he could pee. There is no toilet in the Green Monster, but according to Manny, he, quote, figured it out.
At least it wasn't on the field. When you gotta go, you gotta go. That's Call of the Wild. I wish you would have gotten on the microphone and said, hey, everybody in the stadium, turn around. Give me a little space, please. I literally have a microphone here. Everyone, please, just spin around. A little privacy.
He finished peeing, but before he could get back to his position, the next pitch was already thrown.
He knows it's not a pitching change, right? Because he's not back.
Well, if it's outfield, he's fine. They're not going to hit it out there.
Manny is not in left field. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
He had his second son and named him Manny Jr., which is normal, except Manny's first son is also named Manny Jr. Manny is one of the worst defensive outfielders in history.
Too many juniors. That's some, like, king trying to make an heir to the throne shit. You'd expect one of them to die.
While simultaneously being the most entertaining outfielder
this
in
guy
history.
rules.
He once went into the field wearing sunglasses with headphones built into them so he could listen to music. Another time, he went into the outfield with a water bottle in his pocket.
That should not be allowed. You can't do that.
Why
You
not?
got a uniform. What is this, a hike?
On this play, he makes a catch, throws the ball to a fan, then realizes there were only 2 out. He once called off his shortstop who was camped under the ball, even though...
Wait. If I catch the ball and then give it to a fan, is that a home run? Is that a double? What happens? The runners get a free base. It's a double. Because it like, double is like it bounces and then goes out. Free base? Okay.
He wasn't even close
I don't feel like that's in the rule book.
Catching it. Makes a catch, throws the ball to a fan, then realizes there were only 2 out. He once called off his shortstop who was camped under the ball, even though he wasn't even close to catching it.
Not even close. Then he kicks it.
The most famous era of Manny's career happened after Johnny Damon chased after a ball over his head, then tried to throw it into the infield. But for some reason, in a play never seen in MLB history, Manny intercepted his own teammate's throw from the outfield, causing an extra cutoff man for absolutely no reason. Manny's best play occurred in Baltimore when he made a catch on the run, and despite wasting time trying to high-five a fan, was able to throw out the runner at first base.
Wait. This isn't even his home field. He high-fives somebody from the enemy team's hometown.
The batter would be out because he caught it, but if there are any runners on base, they would be awarded a free base.
Bro, he actually hit the taunt. It's like in Mario Kart when you go over the ramp. Had to hit the taunt on the jump.
Time trying to high-five a fan was able to throw out the runner at first base.
I love this guy, dude.
This play fool
I love
you.
him.
Manny Ramirez was a terrible fielder. He has the second worst defensive WAR in MLB history.
Oh, don't
what
do
makes
Gary
this
Sheffield
impressive
like that.
is that he still somehow ranks 81st all-time in WAR because he was that dominant as a hitter, especially when it mattered. He played 111 playoff games and had an OPS above 900. But while doing it, Manny acted like he couldn't care less. In 2007, after being down 3-1 in the ALCS, Manny told a reporter, quote, "Who cares? There's always next year. It's not like it's the end of the world or something."
Oh my God. He doesn't care about anything at all. He's Sans. he actually might be sans. Which is true, by the way. I mean, at the end of the season, there's always going to be another season, right? But I always feel bad for the players if, like, you get to second place, you know? If you get to second place at the finals and you still don't make it after all that work, God.
He then proceeded to hit 10 RBIs
That's so
that
sad,
series.
dude.
The Red Sox came back and eventually won the World Series.
If I die tonight, I die as a champion.
At this point,
I love
Manny
this guy,
was
dude.
a Red Sox icon. But this whole time, he was still constantly trying to get traded. And in 2008, he took this to a whole new level. In June, the Red Sox found themselves in a brawl after James Shields drilled Coco Crisp. A few innings later, they started fighting themselves.
Woo.
Manny was apparently upset with Kevin Youkilis because he is known to throw temper tantrums after getting out. He confronted him and apparently ended up backhand chopping him in the head. A few weeks later, Manny did something much worse when he fought the team's traveling secretary. Manny reportedly asked for tickets for family for the upcoming game. The secretary told Manny it was impossible to get the tickets with such short notice, and Manny ended up shoving the 64-year-old man to the ground. By this time, Manny had already suggested the Red Sox trade him to over a dozen different teams, including the team's AAA affiliate. He was doing everything he could to make this happen. He once left a game because he said he had a bad hamstring. When Terry Francona asked him which one it was, he pointed at both of them. He sat out a game against the Mariners with a sore knee. The Red Sox sent him to the hospital, and an MRI showed no damage whatsoever. And according to rumors,
just let him
he
off
struck
the
out
team
on purpose against Mariano Rivera to let the Red Sox know if they didn't trade him, he wasn't going to try. Finally, the Red Sox listened and traded him to the Dodgers, which started a string of controversies that got a lot.
What is that?
Red Sox listened and traded him to the Dodgers, which started a
What mascot is that? The unit? No, I know that's Silly String. Shut up. It's the unit. Randy Johnson. That's the guy. Is that him? Was he Diamondbacks? I think that's Arizona, right? That's not Stone Cold. Actually, it might be. Kind of looks like Stone Cold. That's true. Randy Savage. No. It does kind of look like
string of controversies that got a lot worse, a lot more serious, and even criminal. At first, Manny was a star in LA. He was adopted as their franchise hero, earned the nickname Mannywood, and the team sold wigs that mimicked his hair. At age 36, he put up stats that were absolutely mind-boggling.
What's retirement age for a baseball player? 42-ish? 40? Okay. I'm curious because, like, you know, it's different for different sports.
And turns out very unnatural. In 2009, he tested positive for a female fertility pill. Someone in Manny's team immediately told the media this positive test was caused by a drug prescribed for his erectile dysfunction, which was a complete lie, and Manny himself didn't even appeal. Turns out he was getting a cocktail of PEDs made by a doctor without a license who would travel with him and, according to him, even sleep in the same room and read him bedtime stories.
Based. That's pretty good. He's a general practitioner. He's got to help all over. Mental and physical.
He again put up surprisingly
If I was
good
rich,
numbers.
I would have
He was
one of
traded
those
to
too.
Chicago to help in their playoff push.
That
but
sounds
according
nice.
to Ozzie Guillen, after he told the team he expects them to still play hard, even though they were eliminated, Manny told him, quote, "I'm done."
Manny, you only played 2 games. I said, no, you told me you had to play hard. I'm done. I can't. I'm done.
That offseason, Manny was given one more chance. He signed with the Rays, and after having an abysmal start, he once again was suspended for steroids. Manny was the first player ever to test positive for PEDs twice. Instead of appealing or serving a suspension, and without even telling the Rays, he went home and retired. And just when things couldn't get any
he didn't even
worse,
try.
he was charged with domestic abuse abuse after allegedly striking his wife. These charges were eventually dropped after his wife stopped cooperating, and they are still together today.
Okay.
This was a massive wake-up call for Manny, who has since been on a sort of redemption tour. Much
No.
of his public speaking is him admitting to his mistakes, talking about his dedication to God, and
Pulls a
emphasizing
Tom Brady
how
and
he is trying
returns.
to become a better person. But Manny's bizarre antics that everybody loves him for have not stopped. Manny's quote-unquote
way to end it.
retirement lasted less than a year, and since then, he's
back.
tried to play baseball on any team who's allowed him. He signed multiple
He's in
contracts
Japan?
for basically nothing, because unlike pretty much every other major leaguer, Manny, for some reason, seems to love playing in the minors. He spent a short stint on the Athletics AAA team in 2012, then signed with a team in the Dominican before leaving to play for the Rangers AAA team.
He's gonna be
After they
60
released
still
him,
playing.
the Cubs signed
If
him
he
to
doesn't
be
get a home
minor
run,
league
he's
hitting
screwed, 'cause he
instructor,
can't run to
but
first.
promised he could also get some at-bats.
He's
He
smurfing.
became a player coach for the Iowa Cubs, playing in 24 games.
Honestly, dude, that's a good point. I'm Manny. I don't want to play in the pro leagues. I'm trying to stay in the lower leagues. I'm the same way. I'm fucking Manny. Well, without that last part. Without the thing they mentioned 5 minutes ago. The rest, though.
While giving
Smurfing
hitting
IRL,
Manny
yeah.
then signed with a Japanese minor league team who promised to give him a Mercedes.
Wait.
Manny then signed with a Japanese
Never mind.
minor league team who promised to give him a Mercedes with a full-time driver. The team agreed that practices for him were optional, was given his own hotel suite on the road, and given unlimited sushi for the entire season. In a video posted by Wonton Don, he found Manny in Japan, who was a celebrity and literally using a random guy who never even played high school baseball as his hitting coach.
We just went to the spa.
Which turned out to be pretty smart because
I want
Manny
to
won
find
the
out
league
about that
MVP.
guy.
In 2021,
I want to know
at
more about him.
48
How'd he
years
get
old,
into that?
He signed to play in Australia, but was released for, quote, ongoing sensitive and confidential medical reasons, whatever that means.
It's
Manny
steroids.
is turning 50
Yup,
this
steroids.
year,
Yup.
and who knows where he will end up. But wherever it is safe to assume that Manny will continue to be Manny because that's what he's always done.
Good movie.
Manny Ramirez sushi
What is
never
this?
even won at 40 reasons, whatever that means. It is safe it's done soon that Manny will.
What is this? Oh, God. What an incredible movie. I learned so much about Manny Ramirez that I didn't know before. How does he exist? The biggest psychopath the algo has you pinned. Dude, I don't... Hey. I try to... you know what it is? I don't have Surfshark anymore. That's what it is. No Surfshark. That's the problem. Manny is your age? No, he's not. Stop. Who is the biggest psychopath in sports?
Max Scherzer is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He also may be a
How do you even know? How would you even know?
legitimate psychopath.
I felt zero pain tonight.
He once made a friend sign
Bro, what?
a legitimate psychopath.
This is the craziest heterochromia I've ever seen. Whoa. It's like a husky.
I felt zero pain tonight.
He once made a friend sign a non-disclosure agreement to watch one of his practice sessions. His catcher once stopped the game and proposed an unfair fantasy football trade to purposely make him mad. Scherzer cursed him out.
I could watch these videos all fucking day because they're just non sequiturs. They're just making shit up.
And began throwing a fantasy football trade to purposely make him mad. Scherzer cursed him out and began throwing 3 miles per hour faster.
Holy
His college
shit.
coach says that Scherzer met him after a game ready to fight him after being benched. In the majors, he cursed out his own manager for congratulating him for pitching well. He's had verbal altercations with a teammate during a game, with an opposing manager during a game, and has verbally berated his
people
own manager
fight in
while they were trying to
baseball.
take
What's
him out
up
of the
with
game
that?
in college. The minors, and multiple times in the major leagues. He basically almost died on the mound and kept pitching. He broke his nose, got a massive black eye, and also kept pitching. And a few days after a neck injury prevented him from putting on his own shirt, he pitched in Game 7 of the World Series.
Jesus
and
Christ,
in the major leagues, at one point, Scherzer's own family had serious concerns over his mental well-being.
Yeah.
Some think that this behavior is due to an extreme competitiveness, but according to others, Max Scherzer is legitimately crazy.
I mean, you're kind of painting the picture here. I kind of see it.
So the psychopath is motivated above all else by power. Life is a chess game, and they are going to win.
In college,
this is interesting to know as a non-psychopath myself.
He was essentially a quote-unquote cartoon character.
Yo, I met him in a car dealership. Did you sell him a car? Were you able to make did you close the deal? I hope you did. Because if you tried to screw him, I feel like you would admit a terrible fate. Might end up with a black eye. Better giving him a good car. Just got his autograph. You should have lied. Make up a better story.
And this was due to several bizarre incidents that went down due to Max's obsessive competitiveness, and one in particular may be more unbelievable than anything Scherzer's ever done, and it's become folklore at the university to this day. While at the University of Missouri, his teammates challenged him to eat 3 Chipotle burritos in one sitting. He not only did this, he did it while loading them up with toppings. Today, Scherzer says that he eats a sandwich with over a half pound of roast beef on it before every start. DCEater.com estimates he ate over 92 pounds of meat during his time in Washington.
So this guy's just on fire. He's on fire all the time. His metabolism is just burning up all the time, and his brain is like unsettled, and he's constantly at 100.
He just
That's
has a
what
big
this
appetite. But eating these
Red Bull
burritos
blood.
probably has a
That's
lot
what it
more
is.
to do with his teammates doubting he could do it. Scherzer hates that.
He
has a
burns
level of
8,000
intensity
calories
which
a day.
basically never wears off. His teammates say in college he would grunt, snarl, and talk
Coney,
to himself.
Chipotle order. Burrito, half chicken, half steak, extra white rice. Sometimes pinto beans, but not always. Mild salsa, a little bit of medium salsa, cheese. Sometimes queso if I'm feeling spicy. And if I don't want the tortilla, sometimes I'll do a bowl.
While pitching during fall ball games. During one of these games, he and his teammate got into a screaming match after a long
Subway sub loadout? I don't go to Subway.
at bat. This is during a
Disgusting.
practice game against his own
I want to
team.
vomit
But
when I
even
smell
Scherzer
that
isn't
Subway
facing
smell.
anyone,
It's
he gets
disgusting.
insanely intense. In college, his goal was to throw a 100-mile-per-hour pitch. So while in the weight room, he would constantly yell 100 as loud as he could throughout his workout. And his bullpen...
I'm going to do that every time you guys sub. 2,400!
sessions
until we hit it.
More insane.
Until we hit it.
Max Scherzer does his bullpens in full
so close.
uniform to simulate a real game as close as possible, no matter what, even on days he isn't pitching. David Price once asked Scherzer if he could watch his bullpen session, and Scherzer allowed him to, but made him sign a non-disclosure agreement so he wouldn't give away any of his secrets. He is
How do you
so
have
obsessed
pitching
about
secrets?
practicing. This season, he was seen playing catch on the field at Nationals Park in the middle of Georgetown's...
Where do you get subs? Usually from Twitch Prime. Anywhere other than Subway. I don't have a Publix near me, but there's Jersey Mike's. There's a pizza place around here. Quiznos is good too. Thank you, Scark Goes Fast.
Graduation ceremony. He could have played catch anywhere.
Firehouse is
but
good
he likes
too.
doing it on the field, and a graduation ceremony wasn't going to stop him.
Jersey Mike's is worse. Shut up. Hold on, I think I missed
allowed him
something.
to, but made him sign a non-disclosure agreement
Jimmy
so
John's
he
is
wouldn't
gross.
give away any of his secrets. He is so obsessed about practicing. This season, he was seen playing catch on the field at Nationals Park in the middle of Georgetown's graduation ceremony. He could have played catch anywhere, but he likes doing it on the field, and a graduation ceremony wasn't going to stop him.
You know what though? It's about drive.
In college, his teammates say that Max would scream
got
at
the
himself
bug.
for making bad pitches
Trying to
during
succeed.
bullpens, and had a pitch called fastball extra, where he would just scream the word juice as loud as he could and throw a regular fastball 4 to 5 miles per hour faster. His college teammates still call him Juice to this day.
Dude,
but despite
does
all of
yelling
this
help?
insane intensity, Scherzer was essentially benched his freshman year.
Maybe
for
it
lack of
helps.
control,
I don't know.
which
I'm not a
obviously
pitcher.
pissed him off. According to his manager, after their team got blown out, Scherzer met him after the game looking like he was about to fight him and got into a screaming match about not pitching. As a freshman, 10 years, 2 Cy Youngs, and a World Series later, Max Scherzer says he still resents not being allowed to pitch in that game. The next year, he led the conference in ERA, strikeouts, won Big 12 Player of the Year, and set a Missouri record for strikeouts. And his intensity got even worse.
Do all sports have a player like this? They all have to, right? It's not just baseball that... Well, there's JaVale McGee. Dennis Rodman was eccentric. Yeah, okay. It's just the sports thing. Yeah. I was going to say, like, you know, when I'm hearing about these guys, I'm like, is this just baseball? You know? MMA lore is crazy. I would love that, actually. MMA lore sounds amazing.
During a game against Nebraska, Scherzer refused to come out of the game in the 8th inning. After striking out the first 2 batters in the 9th, his manager went out for a mound visit. Scherzer screamed at him before he said anything, saying that he is finishing the game no matter what. He struck out the last batter and Missouri won. But in his senior year, Scherzer ran into some controversy. While rushing to play video games, Scherzer accidentally slammed his door on his finger. He continued to pitch with the hurt finger and developed tendonitis in his bicep.
While rushing to play video games? Like scrambling around his house? Like, he just had to at that very moment? What game was it? Isn't that weird? That's always my first thought. I'm like, well, maybe, you know, I've done it before. I've stubbed my toe trying to run to play, I don't know, Cuphead? Elden Ring, maybe, you know?
He still pitched great, but a drop in velocity...
Middle of a league match, wait, yeah. Yeah, they did champ select, and he went to go pee during loading. That's what it was.
People worried.
Understandable.
And when the Arizona Diamondbacks drafted him 11th overall, many people were skeptical, including people within the organization. They offered him way less money than he expected and signed a contract only minutes before the deadline, which would have made him a free agent. And this only motivated Scherzer to go even crazier. After only 1 year of dominating the minor leagues, he was called up to the majors, where he set an MLB record for consecutive batters retired for a debut relief appearance.
Dude.
However, the next season, almost all of his stats regressed, and the Diamondbacks, who were skeptical that he could stay healthy, traded him to the Detroit Tigers in a 3-way trade.
Not the
which
Tigers,
turned out
dude.
to be a massive mistake. His first 2 seasons with the Tigers were average. Which turned out...
I'd be so sad if I was on a baseball team and I was part of a 2-person trade. I don't know, man. This is so sad. Like you're getting traded for one guy. You're half a guy. You know what I mean? That's so depressing.
To be a massive mistake. His first 2 seasons with the Tigers were average
That would
at
hurt my
best,
feelings,
but in
dude.
2012, something happened to Scherzer that changed his life forever. It turned him from an average pitcher to one of the best in baseball. But this tragic event affected Scherzer so much that his family says they had serious concerns over his mental well-being.
Oh, God.
On June 20th, 2012, Max's brother Alex tragically took his own life. Scherzer immediately left the team to be with his family. Only a day after his brother's death, Scherzer decided it was best for him to leave and make his start that was scheduled the next day, saying that it was the one thing he could offer to his family to help them heal.
Oh,
Scherzer
God.
got on a plane and went to Pittsburgh. Leading up to the game with his family in the stands, Scherzer broke down and cried in his manager's office, and throughout warm-ups could only concentrate on his brother, but nonetheless was committed to pitching. Scherzer threw 6 innings, giving up 3 runs and a loss. When he got back into the dugout, he broke down again, saying that he had never been so exhausted in his entire life. Putting up a quality start days after such a tragic event is insanely courageous, but Scherzer says he knew that if he wanted to be at his best, he couldn't be emotionally wrecked when he took the mound. So he made a pact. When it came to pitching, he could have no distractions. According to his parents, Max stopped talking about his brother altogether and was changing the subject every time he came up. He wanted to solely focus on his goals. This concerned them and made made them wonder if he was handling the tragedy in a healthy way. But in Max's head, he only had room to focus on one thing, becoming the best pitcher on the planet. And that's exactly what he did. Before that start, Scherzer had an ERA above a 5. From that point on, Scherzer put up a 2.72 ERA and ended up leading the league in strikeouts.
Look at this.
Scherzer put up.
I would hate having to model this guy if I was making video games. Like, imagine you have to make the MLB video game, and this guy has his own little stance that he does after.
A 2.72
this little spin he does. Nobody else does that but him, and you have to specifically put that in, because if you don't, somebody's going to give you a 1 on Metacritic.
And ended up leading the league in strikeouts per 9, helping the Tigers win the division, where in the playoffs, he dominated and took the Tigers to the World Series.
All pitchers are different. Yeah, but, like, they probably have, like, overlap, right? That's completely unique.
The next year was even more
probably
impressive.
You could use a
Scherzer
base
set
model,
a Tigers
you know?
record for starting the season 12-0, made his first All-Star team, led the league in WHIP, and won his first ever Cy Young Award.
True.
He also took his intensity to a whole new level. According to Alex Avila, one game he noticed Scherzer wasn't pitching with his usual tenacity, so he called a mound visit and purposely offered Scherzer an unfair fantasy football trade. Scherzer got mad, yelled at him, and ended up pitching 7 innings, earning himself his 9th straight win. Scherzer would pitch one more season with the Tigers. He was an all-star, finished 5th in Cy Young voting, and earned himself a 7-year, $210 million contract with the Washington Nationals. Where he
How'd they even think of that? I gotta go piss my teammate off.
And the most intense.
I gotta make him as mad as possible.
Scherzer yelled at teammates, yelled at opposing managers, yelled at his own managers, and even yelled and snarled to himself while on the mound. For most players, this would come off as extremely disrespectful, but Scherzer is not most players. In 2015, Scherzer led the league in complete games, shutouts, and strikeout to walk ratio. Against the Brewers, he pitched a complete game with 16 strikeouts, but was mad because he was 1 hit away from a no-hitter. So his very next start, he did throw a no-hitter. Later in the season, he threw a second no-hitter and was literally 1 strike away from a perfect game, until Jose Tabata did this.
And the ball, did it hit him? And that's it for the perfect game.
Oh. Wait, did he get? Yeah, he did it. Boo! Come on. Oh, that motherfucker. Oh, you're a shithead, dude. He really put his arm down. Tabata. Come on, man. You're gonna see a reverse rushing the mound.
He also led the league in innings pitched because Scherzer was literally refusing to come out of games. In September, against the Marlins, Scherzer had given up 2 runs. There was a runner on second in the 7th inning. His manager, Matt Williams, came out to check on him. Scherzer didn't even give him a chance to speak, screamed that he wanted it, and Matt Williams walked away in literally 2 seconds. Scherzer would get out of the inning 2 pitches later. In 2017, Dusty Baker came out to the mound to take Scherzer out of the game. It was the 8th inning. He had already thrown 109 pitches, and Manny Machado was coming to the plate. Scherzer stared him down and said, "I got him." So Dusty left him in. 4 pitches later, he got Machado to pop out. According to his teammate Sean Doolittle, in 2019, Scherzer was already pissed off all day because he had to wear dark-colored uniforms on a hot day game. It was the 8th inning. Scherzer had just struck out his 14th batter of the game and had thrown 117 pitches, which to that point was more pitches thrown by a pitcher all season. Davey Martinez, concerned with his pitch count, walked out to take him out of the game. Scherzer screamed no before he could even get to the mound, said that he got him, so Martinez left him in.
You
Scherzer
leave him
struck
in.
out Joey Votto in 3 pitches.
Dude, honestly, you just walk out to the plate to activate him. You don't even want to take him out. You just walk up like, huh? You gonna play? Huh? Okay. All right.
Talking to Scherzer during games, whether he's on the mound or in the dugout,
Have
is
to buff
basically
him up.
impossible. He
Second
is known
phase,
for absolutely refusing to high-five his teammates during games because he doesn't like to be told good job. Adam Eaton tried to high-five him in a game and said that Scherzer flipped out on him. His teammate Spencer Keyboom tried to high-five him during a spring training game, and Scherzer did the same thing, later apologizing by saying that he was just in the zone.
I know people like this. They're just so fucking focused. They are so... This guy is the opposite of Manny Ramirez. Yeah, this guy is just so completely driven to one goal. Like, to his own detriment, apparently. But also, I mean, it's working, right? The guy's, like, top of his craft. Man.
And a teammate in Arizona even says that he got completely ignored by Scherzer at a charity golf event. It seems like for the most part, Scherzer's teammates realize that this quirk is just part of his intensity and don't take it personally.
Yeah.
But Scherzer's intensity has definitely rubbed at least one teammate the wrong way. In 2018, he and Steven Strasburg got into a screaming match in the dugout while Strasburg was pitching. But the two swear that this was just due to brotherly love. But even in the unlikely event that Strasburg and all of Scherzer's teammates hate his psychotic intensity, they have no choice but to accept it, because from 2013
he's winning
to
you
2019,
games, bro.
Nobody dominated like Scherzer.
He's killing
he made
it.
the All-Star team 7 straight seasons, and with the Nationals, he led the league in whip
Just collect
and
your check.
strikeouts 3 years in a row. Never finished below 5th in Cy Young voting, and won back-to-back Cy Young awards in 2016 and 2017.
Let him play,
in
dude.
2013 and 2018, he pitched over 200 innings 6 years in a row, because he absolutely refused to come out of games no matter what, even if it meant having his wife put on his jersey for him.
Bro, best job in MLB is the Washington's pitcher. What is it? The secondary pitcher? Oh, dude. That's got to be the cushiest job on the fucking planet. Bullpen. Okay, there we go. Relief. That's what it is. I was thinking pinch hitter, which obviously isn't it. The closer. He's the opener and the closer. I love that. You're just like, hey, he says he's got it. I trust him. Let him go. He's got it, bro. Let him do it. No closer at all. Just let him rip all the time. You get paid, you know, a fat salary, professional level. You get no stats. You better hope that you stay on that team. Funniest part is that they are notoriously bad. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to give it up. Maybe if somebody would step up to his level, he would be like, all right, sure, but...
In 2017, Michael Saunders hit a 100-mile-per-hour line drive directly off of Scherzer's knee. He collapsed a 100...
Oh, this is always like my biggest fear. I used to pitch. That didn't look like it hit. That didn't hit. It went to the ground. I think he got him in the ankle. Yow!
drive directly off of
This is why it's the most dangerous position. Dude, I would hate to be a fucking MLB pitcher. Terrifying. Put up the gate that they use at the home run contest. Is that what it's called? Or is that Smash? It's called a home run contest, right? Is it home run derby? Oh my god. Oh my god! How embarrassing! How embarrassing! Put up the gate thing. I'm not trying to get hit.
Scherzer's knee. He collapsed in pain. The entire stadium went silent, and it really looked like this could be a season-ending injury. He was on the ground for over a minute, but when he finally got up, the entire stadium started chanting, "Let's go, Scherzer."
Oh no,
so
don't do that.
he stayed in the game and ended up pitching 6 innings. And in the very next inning,
I was gonna say he's gonna get mad at them.
all 3 batters in 9 pitches.
Bro, he got hit on the knee that he's pivoting to too. Like when you throw off this leg is absorbing a lot of power. So that's actually crazy.
82nd immaculate inning in Major League history. In 2019, Scherzer broke his nose while bunting during batting practice. The very next day, with an insanely massive black eye, Scherzer decided to pitch anyway.
Oh God!
And even with his face jiggling, he shut out the Phillies over 7 innings
got the jiggly
with 10
eye.
strikeouts.
Oh, jiggly
Later that
eye!
year, Scherzer missed almost a month with a mild rhomboid strain. He wanted
Not
to
the
pitch, but the
rhomboid.
team wouldn't let him. So during a simulated game, after throwing 64 pitches, Scherzer, extremely pissed off, stomped off the mound to his manager and general manager, aggressively shook their hands, stared them in their eye, said absolutely nothing about how he felt during the session, and just walked away. In 2019, during the playoffs, Max Scherzer hurt his neck so bad he couldn't lift his elbow above his shoulder, had to get his wife to put on his shirt for him, required several cortisone shots, and had to travel with a neck brace. A few days later, he took the mound in Game 7 of the World Series.
This is
and
insane.
even though he was clearly not 100%, he ended up pitching 5 innings, giving up only 2 runs, allowing the Nationals to win the World Series for the first time in franchise history. And for this, Scherzer will always be known as a legend in Washington, not only for his
also a
insane
psychopath,
stats and gutsy performances, but also for his intensity-filled
also
meltdowns.
a fucking
and perhaps
psychopath.
his biggest
He's
meltdown
insane.
occurred only a few months before he would leave the Nationals organization altogether. In June 2021, on the first day of foreign substance checks, Scherzer was fed up. He was checked after the first inning, which was planned, and was visibly fuming over the new enforcement policy. After the
Wait, do they check you during the game? What the hell is this? Stick up, yeah. Wait, they actually do that? They could check you during the game? For pine tar. What? How do you find that? Corked bats, too. Corked bats I could see. They eaten trees. Dude, really? Sticky balls? No, okay, I was thinking of like PEDs, like steroids. How are you checking that in the middle of the game? But we're talking about like shit you're putting on the ball. Okay, got it. I hear you. Got it. Cheating with that. Okay. I thought it was saying like pee into this cup. Are you on roids, bro? You want some PEDs? Pee there if you're so great.
The third inning, he was checked again, and still extremely annoyed. But in the fourth inning, Max boiled over. Phillies manager Joe Girardi asked to check Scherzer for a third time in the middle of the inning because he saw Max repeatedly running his fingers through his hair. Scherzer literally undid his belt and began taking off his pants
I would do that
to
too.
prove he was clean.
Yeah, fuck
the
you.
umpires found
I'm
nothing,
getting naked.
and he started
You're
mocking
paying this
Girardi.
FCC
An
fine.
inning later, while walking off the mound, he took it an extra step and stared down Girardi the whole way while walking to the dugout. Girardi came out of the dugout, started screaming at the Nationals dugout. They screamed back. The whole time, Scherzer just stood there, holding up his hands, saying that he had nothing, looking like he wanted to murder someone. A few months later, Scherzer was traded to the Dodgers, ending his time in Washington.
All right, I got scared because behind this says backstage Dodgers, and I'm like, oh God, was this backstage at the Dodgers? Did he pull up on him? Like, I don't, uh-oh. But no, okay. Dude, I'm not even mad at him for that. That doesn't make him a psycho. That's clickbait. Dude, I'd be mad too.
Washington. Even though Scherzer has only been in Los Angeles for a few weeks, his manager Dave Roberts has already learned an important lesson. According to him, during Scherzer's first start, he patted him on the butt and said, "Good job." In his first day in Los Angeles, Scherzer responded by telling his new manager, quote unquote, "Don't f***ing touch me." Dave Roberts and Scherzer's new teammates gladly promised to no longer touch him while he was pitching again, because he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. Is he an actual psychopath? Probably not. But does he act like one on the mound? Absolutely. And that's what makes Max Scherzer the biggest psycho.
Good movie. That's a good movie. That's a good movie. Dude, he's just driven as hell. Yeah, I don't think he was that crazy, honestly. He's just, he gives it his all. He knows what motivates him. Damn, dude. That's pretty good. Bully victim. You guys just want to stay on the fucking baseball channel all night? Come on. These videos are drugs. They're good. They're good. We can't stay on these all night. Come on. You guys are in the content vortex. You can't get out. Come on. I gotta. There is a video I have to watch. So hold on. I gotta find this. Oh God, what was it called? I gotta go through my history to find this one. This one is a personal interest, let's say. Hold on. Dude, I fell down the rabbit hole of watching Mortal Kombat intros. You guys ever see those? I don't know why. There's so many of them. Ah, there's the Xenoblade history. Right. Yeah. Oh, is it not here anymore? Ah. Hold on. Does anyone know what the name of that channel I showed before with the kid videos? Something Smile? Hold on. Oh god, Hulk Smash Wrong Head. I literally found it right away. Wrong Heads, Fixed Tops, Superheroes, Hulk Smash, in Real Life, Coffin Dance Beef. So they had a different name. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a stream called Check TV. So, I talked about this on a previous stream. I had one of these in my recommended one day, and it was like, let me see if they have a stream of it. Yeah, it's like this. Look at this. It's like, oh god. There's something going on in the YouTube algorithm. Now, I, being a parent, have seen this happen a bunch, where somehow my daughter will fall into a rabbit hole. She never gets this far, but apparently this can happen. And there is a video explaining how this works and why it happens. And I have to know why there are so many videos of this. Because good fucking lord. And it's by a channel which makes a lot of good stuff called Folding Ideas.
Definitely a little strange, so buckle
which you guys might know because he had a video hit the algorithm pretty recently about a different topic. Weird kids videos and gaming the algorithm. How do they do it? How do they do it? I have to know. How does the... Yeah, I'm so curious on content farming and, like, AI. Do you guys remember the Johnny shit that was going around for a while? I don't know. It's fascinating to me. How does it work? Let's find out.
And gaming the algorithm.
There's got to be a trick to it. Elsa and Spider-Man, yeah.
If you don't have kids, you quite understandably probably don't watch many YouTube videos intended for kids. And
I didn't used to.
Why were those superhero vids filmed place in a Tarkov map?
They're in Russia. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in Europe / Asia. Russia's Asia, right? I guess it's like both. It's big.
Really, I mean babies. We're going to be talking about the YouTube equivalent of Teletubbies and Blue's Clues, videos aimed at a preschool audience. I bring that up first because as we go through all of this, it's helpful to keep in mind that the target audience isn't really making coherent viewing decisions. Preschool audiences are largely passive viewers, watching whatever is put in front of them rather than seeking media out. There's a lot of content on YouTube for preschoolers that is more or less what you would expect. Pretty much any popular television show like Sesame Street and Peppa Pig also has a substantial presence on YouTube. In fact, a compelling argument could be made that Peppa Pig is more popular online than through broadcast
Peppa Pig go crazy on YouTube. Those views are nuts.
YouTube genre, there is
content
an attendant flood of low-quality imitators and bootleggers. Much of it is exactly what you would expect, people uploading stuff they couldn't find online or just re-uploading stuff to skim ad revenue. Then there's the YouTube-specific genres, such as surprise egg videos, toy unboxings, and nursery rhymes.
What's going on with this? Why do kids love opening shit so much? It's like slime, too, right? They love slime. It's so weird. There's like a whole subcategory of this. Nosy-ass kids. What's in that egg, bro? What's in there? Open that shit up.
Things that are more or less what you'd expect from the phrase YouTube.
I guess it's like Pokemon cards, but for babies. Yeah, it's like a loot box. Oh my god, holy shit!
But for kids, you know, YouTube.
That's insane.
Minus all the cussing. But there's also a lot that
it's tickling the same itch in your brain.
Off.
Ooh.
Just something about it.
Okay, what's happening? I hope she needs that injection. Is this a spinal tap? Oh, dude, this is an epidural. This is good, actually. Elsa will feel no pain while giving birth. This is good for her. I think that's what it's called. Epidural, right? He is numbing the pain. She will give birth without pain. This is nice. Good for you, doctor. It's a big-ass syringe. I love these. The Joker is in everything, by the way. This motherfucker is a star in preschool. And apparently he has his own Robin here. He's brainwashed this one. The Scream guy, but he's actually the Grim Reaper. Venom and Hulk Baby. Wait, there are 3 Joker kids. Oh, God. And he killed the Batman, the Batboy. Die.
So you may already be familiar with this particular subgenre of children's media.
I love these.
If you delve into it now in 2017, what you'll find is a hallucinatory mix of popular characters being run through a gristle mill of family finger songs, Wheels on the Bus, Monkeys on the Bed, Wrong Heads, Johnny Johnny Yes Papa, color and shape matching, and skits revolving around pregnancy, poop, and adults randomly kicking the crap out of kids. A popular recent article by James Bridle titled Something is Wrong on the Internet takes a fairly broad
Wait, I missed a Meister raid? Oh, Meister! Thank you for the raid, brother. Hello, everybody. We're watching preschool content. So, you know, Game & Watch players and viewers, strap right in. This is right up your alley. Enjoy. This should be great for you.
A popular recent article by James Bridle titled Something
People
is Wrong
clap,
on the Internet
yeah.
takes a
Thank
fairly
you,
broad dive into this subject, focusing on the generally unsettling nature of many of the videos. YouTuber H3H3 has done a popular video on people intentionally hijacking the genre with adult content. Frederick Knudsen of Down the Rabbit
Dude, that's
Hole
terrifying
has done a
to
video
me.
on the history of
The
the
fact that,
Family
like,
Finger
they
song
could
in
just put that
specific.
up.
And Let's Play
And I don't
channel
know what they're
Retsuprey
watching.
has
Ugh.
done a number of commentaries for animated videos with titles like Mickey and Minnie Mouse Babies Missing, Abducted Lethal Injection, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Cartoons Full.
Bro, somebody could scar my child and I would never even know. That is insane to me. Somebody could put this shit on YouTube and it somehow shows up in her autoplay, or like she clicks on it too. She might just click on it and I would never even know and she wouldn't be able to tell me. She'd be like, yeah, when I was a baby, I watched a video of Joker Mickey Mouse.
My mom has a friend whose 6-year-old role plays opening toys as if they were speaking to
I've
a
heard of
YouTube
that.
audience. The raised on YouTube generation is going to be crazy.
I've heard of that, and I also feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like people get a little bit too, like, worried about it or panicked about it, because is it that different from pretending like, well, I guess it is. Because everybody pretended, you know, when you're like a preteen or a teenager, like pretending you're in a music video, right? Trying to be a star or whatever. YouTube is just kind of the next gen of that, except it's much younger. I guess it's just pretending and playing. The problem is if it burns them out and that's all they want to do, right? I know a child who says bye by saying like and subscribe. Oh my God. Dude, there are kids on my street, right? And some of them have found out what I do. And every time somebody finds out, they want to know if I play Fortnite or Roblox. And I'm like, no, not really. What about 2K? No, not a 2K basketball guy. I don't know what to tell them. They have a very specific idea of what a streamer is or what a gamer is, you know?
The moral of this story, don't murder children, I guess. I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, okay. Now, the actual origins here are muddled, starting in India in the late 90s with low-grade animated rhyming videos sold on cheap video CDs. The jump to YouTube starts around 2010 with the animation companies basically just uploading their existing catalog, but it doesn't really break into the attention.
Is this like the AI-generated stuff?
2013, 2014,
how do you even make that?
With the proliferation of family finger song videos and channels dedicated to posting minute variants of a basic template. With each year, as new styles of children's videos gain popularity, their format is simply folded into the mix. The wordless superhero skits genre, in particular, is a fairly new addition, exploding almost out of nowhere in mid-2016 with adults dressed in popular character costumes.
Why is it superheroes, though? Do you think it's like Daddy likes Marvel, so I like Marvel? Kids like heroes? Yeah, but like, I wonder if is it passed down? You know what I'm saying? Kids geek when they say I know Coney. No, they don't. Kids don't know who I am. Come on. Marvel is our version of Power Rangers, or their version of Power. Okay, maybe. Kids like popular stuff. Yeah, I guess I just like. What Batman is a kid watching, right? I can think of the Nolan films, and now this new one. There's probably some animated ones that are going on now. There always are. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Spider-Man had a bunch.
Almost universally.
Lego, yeah.
Elsa,
Okay.
acting out low-quality absurdist
Okay,
skits.
yeah.
The rapid proliferation is largely comprehensible. The material barriers to entry are low.
Oh my God, Elsa!
Only a handful of Halloween
Oh my God!
costumes, some friends, and
Help
a lack
her!
of dignity. And the standards for quality among 4-year-olds are
here come
lower
the heroes.
than average for YouTube. As with the Family Finger song and a dozen other subgenres, this too has metastasized rapidly into a procedurally generated animation hellscape. A lot of the disturbing elements can be attributed to this culturally disconnected history. These are, for the most part, being cranked out by South Asian animation companies that, for any of a variety of reasons, don't share the American idioform of what acceptable children's entertainment looks like, or maybe they simply don't care.
Yeah.
There's an odd
Not your
interplay of
kids.
memetics here, where someone will make something with the express purpose of trolling people, unintentionally disturbing children's animation, for example, that will gain popularity and subsequently be absorbed into the meme body of these channels churning out content programmatically. Bridal's article in particular spends a good deal of time highlighting the algorithmic structure of these videos. Hundreds of channels uploading hundreds of videos,
I can't imagine
all
that.
operating
That's
off
awful.
the same recombinatory logic of AI procedural generation. Bridal making a direct comparison to automated on-demand Amazon stores that place stock images on a variety of products, from coffee mugs to cell phone covers. These children's videos form a sort of inverse Turing test, as whether they are made by individuals who just don't care beyond min-maxing their search engine optimization, or are made by programs smashing elements together from a word cloud, it is almost impossible to tell the difference. Even if made by humans, they function as though they were assembled by machines.
Yeah, they're insane. Dude, all the song... What the hell is going on here? All the songs are the same, just with like one note change. Pink Fong. Juliet's into Pink Fong right now, which is the Baby Shark people. Bro, it's the same thing. It's the same song, but with one note changed, and now it's Baby Monkey. Or banana, na 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 banana. It's a banana song now. Oh my God. It is... The world is so large.
For example, this video titled Superheroes Pregnant Soccer Balls Fidget Spinner Spider-Man Joker Hulk Cartoon Funny Kids Video Pranks is a series of semi-coherent, however surreal segments, including one where Joker sells Hulk and Spider-Man magical fidget spinners, pregnant Elsa and Spider-Man at the supermarket.
Why is it always pregnant Elsa and Spider-Man? Why always those two? Why are they always shipped together?
And
they're better parents.
A bunch of superheroes pouring M&Ms into a blender.
Spider
Smoothie. Last one is actually repeated twice in the same video, and the other two segments can also be found in other videos. Joker's magic fidget spinners can also be found in this video titled Spider-Man Hulk Pregnant Frozen Elsa Colors Gummy Fidget Spinner Joker Prank Venom Fun Superheroes.
I love them. What a prank.
And Pregnant Elsa and Spider-Man at the supermarket is the lead segment in the video Frozen Elsa Pregnant Colors Superheroes Spider-Man
Which is a different
Hulk
video.
Venom,
That is a
Joker
different
Fidget
video.
Spinners Colors for Kids.
Yeah. She's about to give birth, Spider-Man.
The point is that the
Pick it
videos
up.
themselves are procedurally generated from a library of component videos, which are themselves generated from stock assets, motion capture libraries, and the handful of subjects that 4-year-olds find fascinating. The end result is, as Mike Rignetta put it, metadata slurry. The animated videos are hallucinatory recreations of the already surreal original.
Joker's getting his ass kicked.
Unsettling levels of specificity. Buried alive, outdoor playground, finger family song, nursery rhymes, animation, education, learning.
Okay, what kid is searching that? How did we get there? We jumped a couple steps. First, it was whimsical, mischievous pranks, like magical fidget spinners, and now we're burying Spider-Man alive. How did that happen?
Video is clearly a Markov derivative of the popular video Buried Alive Spider-Man vs. Frozen Elsa Baby Spider-Girl Joker Family Fun Superhero Movie. One of our previous examples, Spider-Man and Pregnant Elsa at the supermarket, is an eerily specific recreation of pregnant frozen Elsa giving birth to Joker attacks Spider-Man Hulk Superheroes movie compilation.
What? Oh, a golf cart. She's about to give birth, Spider-Man. Hurry. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
And yeah, it's wild that the stuff made by humans is still just word salad, but...
It is insane that this one only is 747 views, and the other one has 43 million. Oh my god. Dude, getting your content stolen and getting blown out like this... They're making... Dude, they're billionaires.
You need to keep in mind that the target audience can't read. So the title is irrelevant beyond its function as search engine optimization.
That's smart! The kids can't read the title!
There's something troublesome about the fundamental...
Bro, that's smart! Because all they do is click the picture. Oh my god. That's all my baby does when she scrolls through stuff. She just looks... Oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
Kids.
My baby can't
read!
read!
Children, particularly preschoolers, are prone to watching the same thing over and over and over. A kid may watch any given video dozens or even hundreds of times. As a result, many of these videos have absurdly high view counts with what would, in other corners of YouTube, be suspiciously low number of corresponding likes and comments.
They didn't like this one. That flopped. That's a flop. Nah, they missed the old colors. Frozen, Elsa, funny prank by Venom, Joker vs. Superheroes, Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man, fun superheroes. Streets don't like this one. Fell off.
This again makes a bit more sense when you consider that most 4-year-olds can, at best, only read a few words and can maybe write their own name. Now that troublesome structure, built on a foundation of chain-viewing 4-year-olds, gets all the worse when you consider that it's a perfect environment for mechanized exploitation. The standards for the content are already so low that it is difficult to distinguish what is the product of a machine throwing elements together semi-randomly and what is the product of adults who just don't care. The behavior patterns of kids and what is the product of adults...
Is that Mary Jane? Is that why she has red hair? What a weird detail. That's such a bizarre detail shift. To just give her red hair because that's what she has usually.
Who just don't care. The behavior patterns of kids chain watching videos while not otherwise engaging is also easily replicated by bots. And while there's no hard proof of any of these channels botting, it would be almost effortless to hide if they were. And here's where it really goes off the rails. So, as I've already mentioned, these procedural animation videos crop up across multiple channels. The specific Pregnant Elsa segment we've been using as an example shows up in videos on channels Cartoon Animation Rhymes, Rhymes Lyrics, Cartoon
these
Rhymes,
just pop up
Animals
everywhere.
For Kids, Rhymes for Kids, and who knows how many others.
There's a billion.
In case you're wondering if this might just be a case of simple theft, all of these channels belong to the same multi-channel network named 3HUOX5ATUSRN6HWHOKZJSQ.
Oh my god.
It's case sensitive, by the way. I guess I'm saying
Bro,
that the odds...
Okay. 300 million views in a month. That is insane. That somebody made so much fucking money. If I could go back 10 years, I would not invest in Bitcoin. I would not do lottery numbers. I would not do Super Bowl winners. I would create a multi-channel network of kids' content with Spider-Man and Elsa. How am I already subscribed to 3HU? I can't believe you read all that and wrote it down in the chat.
Of them all ending up on that
God.
same MCN are low, you know?
Who's making
there are
this
58
money?
Channels
Who out there is
attached to
making
that
this
MCN,
money?
almost all of them posting nearly identical content based off the same source library. Everything about it screams minimal human interaction. The strategy here is to cast a very wide net with the illusion of diversity. A single channel uploading dozens of videos per day will quickly trip YouTube's spam alarms.
Yup.
But
Turn
a
'em
network
off.
of dozens of channels uploading one video each per day won't. YouTube's search algorithms and recommended videos try to give you content that's
This is
just
so
like
fascinating to me.
whatever you just watched. But they're also designed to force
just
a bit
a
of
content
variety
outlaw.
to prevent a single channel from totally dominating a given genre. The distributed spam technique works around this, meaning the algorithm can deliver
That's so cool.
diverse results.
That's so
from
cool.
many
I hope that guy's a
different channels,
billionaire.
while actually
Holy
delivering
content
results
laundering.
that all point back to the same core
God.
entity. But that's not actually even the end of the story. You might notice that I've stripped the audio entirely from all the examples that I've used here, and there's a good reason for that. So here's an interesting experiment that I've already done for you. Re-upload a bunch of these videos and watch the copyright claims come rolling in. I uploaded 5 videos to a burner channel, and within half an hour,
because if you
had
steal it, they
32
get your money.
copyright claims, all of which had the attached policy of a global block.
Dude.
One video in particular got hit with 13 separate claims. That video was actually one that you might be familiar with if you read James Bridle's article.
So I don't know how YouTube content copyright strike work. I don't deal with YouTube enough to know. Almost at 100K subs, by the way. But I think the way that it works is if somebody strikes your content or claims it, they get all the money from then on forward. They get all of it. So if you upload this and then they claim it, they get everything. So you can't even take it from them.
As he included it as an example, and that's Buried Alive Outdoor Playground Finger Family Song Nursery Rhymes Animation Education Learning video. Now here's the breadcrumb trail. That video is taken from the channel Animals for Kids, one of the channels that's part of the multi-channel network 3HUOX5ATUSRN6HWHOKZJSQ.
Yeah.
But all of the copyright claims point to the multi-channel networks Mango Kids, Whacked Out affiliate, and Mobile Walkers 2, with the Mango Kids being the overwhelming source of copyright claims. The important implication here is the disconnect. All of these videos contain content that is rapidly claimed by 3 separate networks, each with a standard worldwide block policy. But the content is demonstrably available on channels under other networks than the claiming network, meaning that the automated content ID claims are either being released or modified. It's not hard proof, but it is compelling, and I feel it's fair to say there's a good possibility that these networks are, in fact, all the same root entity. Mango Kids, Mobile Walkers, Whacked Out, and 3HUOX are all the same people, meaning that whichever one is in fact the originating organization is operating at least 400 separate YouTube channels, proliferating a spam of children's content, programmatically dominating search results and recommended videos. Now, if you think that YouTube is unaware of this, I would point out that the process of getting a multi-channel network with the content management
entire empire is
through
yours.
YouTube is not an automated process. There is no application form. They are all handled one at a time by YouTube's content management team.
Yeah, so they spam it,
These
so you don't want to do it.
networks are comprised entirely of channels that exist purely to manipulate YouTube's algorithms. So why doesn't YouTube care? Well, because as long as advertisers are unaware of how many of their impressions are coming from 4-year-olds sitting with an iPad on autoplay, then the trade value of advertising on YouTube will remain higher than the actual value, and YouTube will continue making money. The big reason why YouTube takes measures to crack down on egregious examples of bots watching videos is because advertisers don't like the fact that they're paying for
nobody's
ads
watching
shown
it.
to no one. Now, that said, if we're honest, and if we use the 1980s as an indicator, there's an awful lot of advertisers who are ultimately okay with their ads being bombarded onto toddlers, and plenty of creators willing to churn out low-effort content to facilitate that. Man, that's a downer ending.
Oh, that's it. Okay. I wanted an example. Oh, he's talking about smoking? Oh, really? I didn't catch that part. I thought it was going to go to, like, toys or something. The end. People talk all the way at the end. Pretty good. I learned a lot, but also feel like I didn't absorb it. I feel like I didn't learn as much as I was hoping to. The answer is just algorithms on all sides. Algorithm feeding it. Algorithm sending it. No matter what, it's computers. The answer is money. Period. Okay, now it's time.
Nintendo Tales. I have to say this guy has a.
Now it's time to find out the weirdest ways Marios can die. I'm dying to know. How does Mario die? What are the weirdest ways he can die? I'm so morbidly curious. I've never died in a Mario game, so this is a big deal to me. Sometimes I go to talk to a Goomba, and then Mario just like looks at the screen and smiles at me, and then jumps off the screen. But I don't know what's happening there. Kind of weird. By the way, big shout out to this guy, Jassohug, for recommending a video in the Discord. Chef gets kicked out for saying Zacky Wacky. What is that? Why did they say that? Watch it? After Mario. I really want to know. Me too. But first thing, I want to know why. I want to know how Mario dies.
Mario.
I do.
Although the hero.
By the way, of course, we got to shout out the YouTube. This is on Swanky Box. 558K subscribers. Must be nice. Wish I could get that number. Maybe 100K. That's coming soon. Maybe. Go ahead and check him out. There. Go.
In most Nintendo Tales, I have to say this guy has unfortunately died in some very, very brutal deaths.
I just
From
know
getting
he
crushed
drowns.
to falling off cliffs, burning alive in lava, drowning. The list goes
the
on
drowning.
and on.
Oh, I forgot about
but
the
if there was
sand
a tier
one.
list for
Yeah.
ways that Mario could die, all of these would certainly be low-ranking deaths. The most basic, unimaginative deaths. Now you may be surprised to hear this, but we're going to be death connoisseurs today. We're going to be talking
drowning
about
is
the ways
so
that Mario
brutal,
can die
dude.
that are unconventional, rare, bizarre, and some that are just outright depressing. These are the weirdest ways that Mario can die.
Depressing?
So I hope you enjoy. Throughout my childhood, Mario was a staple, and as I grew older,
How do
video
you-
games were
what's
something I felt I
depressing?
could go back to. But my childhood toys, those were
Imagine salt in your lungs. Don't say that.
donated to
Oh,
other families
God.
by my parents. I often wonder.
The thing about drowning freaks me out because your body literally is so desperate that it'll just gasp whatever's in front of it. God,
where they are now.
Don't
Figurines
drown.
have sort
What
of
is
become
this?
the craze for collectors
No.
nowadays.
Oh my God, I
When
can't believe he snuck
display
this in.
grid,
Don't do
events
that.
was your
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hoarding.
Don't do that.
Now, if you've been aboard
Come on.
the Swanky Box train for a while now, you'll know that I've done some messed up stuff in my days when it comes to Mario games. Stuff I'm not always proud of, but I guess that's half the fun. Throughout the history of my channel, I've encountered some very strange Mario
no.
deaths. But what are the weirdest?
Save
Well,
him.
we're going to hop between games for a bit, because each game seems to have its own unique kill situations, so let's do
Kill
it.
situations?
First up, we have Super Mario 64. In the earliest days of me covering this game, I was really into the idea of people modding it and creating new experiences. Being able to rearrange assets in the game to create remarkable levels. I mean,
King
look at
Bob-omb
this
was ready for that
masterpiece.
one. He had a
Nintendo,
genie and everything.
Are you watching this? But it was in this chaos of enemy spam and plainly rotated assets that the Door of Death was discovered. When activated, doors in Super Mario 64 play a set animation where Mario grabs the handle, walks forward through the door, and then closes it as the player regains control.
As you
But
do,
while in this
yeah.
door opening state, Mario will always reach its destination. Slap a door on a wall and look, Mario just walked through it.
Sure,
Incredible.
cool.
But do this on a wall that has nothing behind it,
Oh,
and
no.
Mario will step into the Shadow Realm only to meet his demise. Immediately upon letting go of the door handle,
Immediately?
Mario will be obliterated and instantly killed. So why does this happen?
The forbidden
It
door.
actually has to do with how boundaries are defined in Super Mario 64.
He didn't even
In the
fall? I
model
thought he
for the
would
stage,
fall.
If Mario leaves the collision boundaries for the level and enters an out-of-bounds region, he'll be instantly killed. For an average player, this is difficult to do because the game's walls and collision will try to keep Mario in bounds.
Poor Mario,
but certain
dude.
animations
Arcane
or situations
knowledge.
can push Mario past the intended
His eyes are
boundaries.
yet to be
This
opened.
kills the spider. And by spider, I mean Mario. What's
Poor guy.
interesting is that there are also other methods that trigger a similar effect. I mean, if opening a door to a black void wasn't the worst way to go, imagine if you walked into a floating block and your body just didn't know what to do. At certain height levels, Mario can be tricked into getting smashed, and he'll
Don't
basically
trick
freeze
him!
in this pose for a few seconds until the game just unloads him, killing us off. This happened a few times in my Mario Minecraft videos.
Unloads
and it almost
him?
felt like I was getting sucked into this region where it killed me. It was by far
Let him out.
Mario's most pathetic death.
Let
I've
him
ever
out.
experienced.
No! He died! He starved. He didn't eat pasta for 10 seconds.
So, with Doors to the Great
Mario,
Beyond and
no.
problematic block deaths on the table, it's time to swap to another Mario game.
Come
I think
on,
at this
man.
point in the video, it's important to define what a death actually is too, in my opinion. Because in my eyes, it isn't always just a character reset. To me, an extreme, inescapable situation that would eventually lead to death for a character is also acceptable.
Purgatory.
Like Mario
Yeah.
drowning forever in quicksand beneath Rico Harbor in Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh, he's
I mean,
okay,
clipping
though.
through the ground like this and getting stuck is a double whammy. Not only will Mario drown eventually, but his body will be sucked beneath the earth and no one will be able to find him. How is that for grim?
Well, you know, maybe. Oh, this is before cell phones. No, he's just gonna get sucked into the earth.
I'm going to be honest and say that I do not remember how I got this to happen.
Maybe
because
EGAD
this was
installed a
recorded
tracking
back
device.
in 2015 or 2016.
Come on.
Something equally
Help
grim, though,
Flood.
is if Mario did escape this state of dread and fall beneath a level, he's going to die anyways. Beneath each level in Super Mario Sunshine is a
Sunshine
death plane,
looks so good.
essentially a floor that stops the player,
still.
and once they come in contact with it, they will die. Except,
If your friend rings you up and says they're in quicksand, can you save them? Yes, I would bring a rake. I've thought about this. I would put a rake in my car, and then you use the rake from the outside, and you give them the pole, and then you pick them up. That's what you do. Thought a lot about it.
Super Mario Sunshine does
You need
their
a
death
shovel.
plane
No, it's quicksand. You can't shovel out the quicksand. It keeps falling.
a bit differently. Mario can touch the ground, but he cannot stay on it for more than a second. So you can survive down here, but you must keep jumping over and over again. Once Mario becomes
fight!
exhausted,
Cling
though,
to life!
he'll eventually bite the bullet. It's only a matter of time until death comes knocking. But we don't want to die alone. We want to
forgot he
die in the
doesn't wear a
company
hat
of other
sometimes.
people. And this death I'm about to show is something I did way back when I first played this game.
Wait.
So people. But we don't want to die alone. We want to die in the company of...
Do these flowers hurt you? Is that real? Or is this like is he setting something up? No? Okay. Okay, never mind. I was like, wait, are those like thorns? Do the flowers have thorns? Oh, it's no hat. Well, you don't take damage from no hat. It's too hot. Is that in the game? I've played this game. I don't remember that.
Of other people. And this death I'm about to show is something I did way back when I first played this
Making
game.
that up.
So in Super Mario Sunshine, if Mario loses his hat, he begins to take damage slowly. Apparently, it's because of heat exhaustion. But I like to believe Mario's body begins to deteriorate without his hat. The thing is, though, the developers never stop the clock from ticking when you talk to people. So Mario can be in mid-conversation and just die. He flatlines at the theme park, and the person he's chatting with couldn't care less that the person in front of them has passed away.
Take him to first aid!
Morbid, but hilarious. When we finish this conversation, though, our death screen kicks in, and Mario lingers on as a ghost outside this theme park for the rest of time.
That is very rude of Mario,
so
though,
perpetual
honestly.
suffocation
To die in
in
front of him.
quicksand, check. Death by heat stroke, check. Entering a pipe that unloads Mario. Oh, that's a new one. So in Super Mario 3D Land, there's
pipe
this
that
weird pipe on the
unloads
title
Mario?
screen that has the power to just destroy Mario. You may have heard me talk about this in a previous
Bowser
video,
should have just
but all
done
pipes
that.
require an entry
Have a
pipe
mimic
and an
pipe
exit
with
pipe.
teeth.
Well, unfortunately, this pipe has no exit since the player isn't supposed to be in this area. So when Mario goes down, he never comes back. He's trapped between dimensions while trying to warp to an exit pipe that doesn't exist. There might as well be a black hole in this bad boy because it's basically the same thing.
Dude, that seems like that actually might be the worst fate I could think of. It would be like if you were just leaving your house. No, I guess it's more, it's like you take an exit in a car. And you take the exit just like any other exit you've ever taken, and then you just don't exist anymore. You just vanish. Like you never were. It's such an ordinary thing for him to go down pipes. That's so sad.
But why wait for an unfinished pipe to do you in?
God.
Why not just die from a totally normal and
Bowser should have done that, bro.
Because apparently, if a giant tail Goomba is displaced improperly in Super Mario 3D Land and tries to initiate a tail swipe, well, the entire level just erases itself, snapped out of existence in the blink of an eye. And along with it, our friendly plumber Mario. This is most bizarre, but it's definitely a death you can brag about with your friends.
Don't let the Goomba get the raccoon tail. Don't let him get it. We need an Avengers movie.
Imagine their face when you tell them
he's trying to get the
Goomba
Tanuki tail.
Crisis.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
To top all of this is to head out into the great beyond ourselves, though. Heading over to Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2,
everything?
there are a few different deaths that I've encountered in my strange travels and experiments. Why get sucked into a black hole when you can spiral forever in space between multiple gravity planes? If Mario heads
black
above
holes
Deep
are kind of dark
Galaxy,
for a
they
Mario
can find a
game
launch
too.
star
I've always
lost
thought that
in
was kind of
space that
weird.
sends them straight to their death. But the star doesn't just kill them. Once a player respawns after their first death, they'll appear out in deep space falling. And unfortunately, they'll get caught up in the vacuum of space and spin over and over again with no way to escape.
I want my eyes to bleed. Oh, I can't. Damn it. He's playing it at a quarter speed. I tried to play it at four times. You can't.
Planes. If Mario heads above Deep Dark Galaxy, they can find a launch star lost in
Half
space that sends them
bleed.
straight to their death. But the star doesn't just kill them. Once a player respawns after the first death, they'll appear out in deep space falling. And unfortunately, they'll get caught up in the vacuum of space and spin over and over again with no way to escape. It's nauseating. Kind of reminds.
That's not that bad. That guy is Peepo talking. Peepo talking and explaining are the same thing, but I love them.
That time, Luigi kept respawning out of a pipe onto an unloaded planet in Toy Time Galaxy. Poor fella. But the fun doesn't stop.
Okay, that's worse. That's worse than what happened to Mario.
It's nauseating.
Bro, you're in a toy galaxy, and you're like, oh boy, an adventure. You go down a fucking pipe, and he's so happy. Look at his face. He thinks it's an adventure. He thinks he's going on an adventure. No!
An unloaded planet in Toy Time Galaxy. Poor fella. But the fun doesn't stop there. I mean, launch stars are cool and all, but if we accelerate to Mario's speed to hundreds of times its normal value, we can launch Mario so far out into space and at such great speeds that his body will begin to rip apart at its seams. He'll grow into a contorted mess as he eventually breaks past a skybox containing the universe.
Mario,
and
stop!
Then he'll pass into uncharted territory, drifting onward with no way to stop his velocity from hurling him continually through space. Mario's body stretches out because of the floating point number system the game uses. So, as his position values become insanely huge numbers, the positioning for his rigging and animations becomes less and less accurate the farther we move outward.
Oh my God.
A terrifying way to go, if I must say so myself. So, it turns out there are a lot of weird, unconventional ways to kill a plumber. Whether you burn him alive and spawn a star, thus creating an endless loop of death like in Super Mario 64,
oh, that's
or
terrifying.
if we swing it over to his brother and make Luigi pass through walls until the game overloads, thus creating a black hole that rips him out of the mansion. There's a lot of insane ways they can die.
Goodbye,
but
Luigi.
How about you? What's your weirdest Mario death? Let me know in the comments. And
the Mario death I'm most afraid of is Mario goes into an elevator and it's going up. And it goes up, and he gets off the elevator, and he's trying to go to his destination. But right as he walks off, the cable snaps, and the elevator cart drops immediately. Like, it snaps off. And as he's walking off, it drops with such force that the floor in front of him, like, chops his face off. Like, clean off. Like, right here. And so his face is on the top floor, but his body is still on the elevator cart going down. So his brain can sort of process what happened a little bit, although it's missing his frontal lobe. And both sides are like, where's my body? And you just live in that agony for maybe like 30 seconds, and then you die.
Until next time.
Good movie. Wait. What was the other? There's a suggested video
this
here.
This is
Big ass Mario
into a black hole where you can
the Mario race that didn't finish for 8 years or something. Was that it?
The strange enemy.
Now I'm curious. Damn, this guy's got Mario movies. Maybe it wasn't on his channel. That's probably somewhere. Poor Mario. All right, Zacky Wacky time. We love Zacky Wacky.
Risotto, 1 mussels, 1 scallops.
A response.
I have to know why he got kicked out, bro. I have to know. Guess who's still around? Why, it's old Zacky Wacky himself. Hell yeah. He always wins. Oh, there's a Watch Mojo and watch this movie, but I'm not trying to do it. I've been spamming, not spamming, but I had a lot of Watch Mojos lately, and I'm trying not to do it too much. You know? I don't want to use it too much. I miss React Mojo. It happens a lot. What are you talking about? It happens a bunch. You don't have to miss it too much. Just one couldn't hurt. But it's not just one. It's never just one, and you know that. It's a bunch. You know that. It's so stupid. If you want to know why Def Jam died, this is how. Dude, Def Jam Icon, I looked it up to see if I could stream it. It didn't look too bad. It looked kind of funny. Here's a video I was watching. Look at this shit. Ludacris versus Mike Jones. This game looks funny as shit. Look at Is that not the best thing you've ever seen? He's a fucking wizard? Some Harry Potter shit. I think the goal is to have your song playing. I think you gotta hit the whoop whoop boom, and then you play your. That fat roll? Bro, how much armor he got? How much that chain weigh? Look at this fat roll. Hovel's chain. Oh my god. Is dog shit, but the action rolls are so. How is this game bad? That's what I'm saying. Like, where are they fighting? Oh, don't make him angry. Oh! I have to play this fucking game. Everybody's getting Ronnied all the time. Look out! He's trying to take the song back. Come on, Luda. Luda, take the song back. Oh! He took it back. He took it back. Play his theme. Dude, there's gotta be a way I can mod it. I'm positive I can mod this. And you know who I add? Bro. See him hit the boom! Get into his fucking zone? There's gotta be a way. Lou Bega? No. Lou Bega? Just do dun 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 dun. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad. Mike Jones is getting fucked up. Combat roll. This is gonna get DMCA'd. Hey, if you're watching the VOD, sorry. You missed it. Ooh. Ooh. Ludacris got kicks. Dude, the fact that they get like black eyes and shit is insane. I want to play this so bad. I just noticed what he's doing. He throws him into the speaker and then plays his music, and the music blasts him. Oh, he's dead.
You just got knocked the fuck out.
Holy shit, dude. How can this game be bad? One of them is like Def Jam Icon. There's a gas station that you can fight at. Gas station in flames? Is that Lil Jon?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, dude. What? What's he doing? He's casting a spell. Oh no. That gas, yeah, blew up. Yo. What the fuck? Why you hit the kippy up? I love the fact you could stop the music. Just this game rules, dude. Holy shit. Cerebral cortex. I love this. I want to play this so bad. This rules. The fights are just music videos. Yeah, I love this. I gotta play this game. Holy shit, dude. Then play it. It's on PS3. Have you ever tried to play a PS3 game not on a PS3? Not great. It's pretty bad. On your PS4, right? Well, in a manner of speaking, you know, perhaps. What is this know your meme? Is GigaChad real or fake? Okay. He's fake.
Masahiro Sakurai is credited in Def Jam Battle for New York.
What? What are you talking about? Why did you lie? What? EA, thanks. Why did EA thank him? What did he do? Dude, if I beat that game and I saw the credits and we saw Sakurai's name, oh my god. Why? Breach and Clear is even weirder? I don't even know what game that is. It's like a zombie game? Huh. This is not a real person. Ernest Kalimov. He's real?
The face of GigaChad is truly a sight to behold.
Oh my god.
Save up this money towards your PS3
Thank you.
Def Jam 2007
Thanks,
fund.
Heardle. Thank you.
And one you simply can't escape from in most corners of the internet. Whichever website you go to, you're bound to come across this muscular tower of a man, his charming smile, and his impossibly chiseled jawline.
Smile.
GigaChad has become the ultimate symbol of ultra-masculinity. He's an apex alpha male, teeming with testosterone, who overcomes adversity and cares not for what others think. Nothing is really known about the man himself besides what many believe is his name, Ernest Kalimov, and that
he is real. He's real.
He is purportedly a bodybuilder living in Russia who models for the photo art project Sleek and Tears.
Oh my
But
god.
given GigaChad's borderline inhuman musculature, his non-existent online presence, and until recently, his complete refusal to comment on his internet fame, many have been wondering, how do we know for sure that the person known as Ernest Kalimov is a real person at all? Is GigaChad real? To get to the bottom of this mystery,
it is confirmed he's on steroids. Really? What makes you say that? What gave it away? You don't say. That's not natty? Fellas, is this natty? That's crazy, Clueless. That's not natty? You're kidding. Oh my god.
Is a real person at all. With Krista Sudmelis, the creator of the Sleek and Tears art project. In July 2011, the Russian photographer started the project with a friend, using the name Robert Fremer as an alias.
Ew.
For a couple of years, the project focused on dark art, horror, and the macabre, producing works that were digitally edited photographs of Sudmelis herself and other models. By 2014, Sleek and Tears made a gradual shift from the art of the macabre into the art of the naked male body, with the project now focused on exploring the masculine principle.
Okay, if it's on YouTube, it's allowed on Twitch.
In a 2016 interview,
It's getting too
refers
close.
to her five main models.
It's getting close.
Referring to them as her 5 muses who form the core of the Sleek and Tears
project.
In the interview, Pseudolus gives the name of one of them, Artur Farad, a stomatologist based in Moscow.
Oh,
and
they're
her
all
boyfriend at the time.
GigaChads. What the fuck? How many of these are there?
3 other bodybuilders, whom Pseudolus refers to as Zoika, Adamov, and Vugar, appear in many of her 2015 works, with several new faces starting to pop up in 2016. Pseudolus' 5th muse appears to be the same man you already know.
The GigaChad
Rangers.
Rangers.
Man with Berlin.1969 tattooed across the bottom of his stomach. It seems like it's GigaChad.
Thank you, Chazzing it up for the 5 gifted. Thank you very much.
The debate over whether GigaChad is real started almost immediately after the first images went viral on fitness forums and on 4chan back in October 2017. Users on 4chan's
2017?
forums
He's
like
that
Lookism
old?
dug up initial evidence that the photographs of the cartoonish alpha male might actually be digitally manipulated images of another man. Some became convinced that Pseudolus was photoshopping her
I did
boyfriend
not think he
Artur
was real.
Farad
I gotta be
into
honest. I'm with
GigaChad for her project.
I didn't think this guy was
One
real.
image in particular also gathered attention.
Oh my
In which it
God.
appears as if Pseudolus had photoshopped GigaChad next to her own childhood photo as her father. And this father-daughter dynamic didn't slide past online theorists either. Next, we'll show 2 photographs.
Imagine being so fucking jacked people don't think you're real. If I saw her, like, or if I saw him in real life, I would think that something happened. I would think I was like, I don't know, something was wrong with my brain. Or maybe I was in the metaverse. Maybe I had a VR headset on and I didn't realize it, and I entered VR chat 20 minutes ago and I forgot. I would think that I was in a coma.
Of GigaChad, that after a simple search online,
I would not think that was a real human
were
being.
Actually digitally edited photographs of other models. First and foremost, we have the earliest currently known image of GigaChad online. Not only does GigaChad not look like he does in most other photographs, his watch appears incorrectly lit and sitting way too tight on his wrist.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
GigaChad's signature Berlin.1969 tattoo is also shown on his stomach. The original photo was made by photographer Lucio Luna and published in 2013, 1 year before Pseudolus posted her edited version.
Don't believe you.
The second photograph was posted on GigaChad's now defunct VK profile. This time, she built upon a photograph of Bruno Tomaz, made by photographer Wong Sim in 2014, including the picture that was already pointed out by the Lookism forums user. That makes a total of 3 pieces of evidence that the person known as Ernest Kalimov doesn't really exist.
Right, that's what I would
think. But even without this photographic evidence, there are still plenty of hints that Kalimov is merely a fantasy concocted and maintained by Pseudolus. For one, GigaChad does not have any online presence except for his modeling photographs in an Instagram account, Berlin.1969.
That just means it's up for the taking. Anybody could be GigaChad. If you're good at Photoshop, you could be GigaChad tonight. Isn't that amazing? Anybody could do it.
Which also contains the same photographs.
Just make an online presence.
What little communication Kalimov had on the internet since 2015 is limited to occasional comments on Sleek and Tears posts and 3 Instagram posts on his account made in April and May 2021 in response to the memes about him. Additionally, not a single decent quality video of GigaChad can be found anywhere. While videos of many other Sleek and Tears models can be found on the project's YouTube channel and its Facebook page, the only clip of GigaChad in existence is a looped video that is about half a second long.
He's Bigfoot.
Has a few frames and is conveniently lit in the worst way imaginable.
He's not real.
Some online investigators have speculated that this Berlin.1969 creation may be Pseudolus' tribute to her own father. 1969 is a direct reference to the man's year of birth, something which was confirmed by Pseudolus in Instagram comments.
That's
in
insane.
many posts and replies, Pseudolus refers to the man as her dad and describes him as a father figure, even one time responding to a direct question, "Is this really your father?" with, "I'll leave this as a maybe." But while GigaChad may be a digital creation, he still borrows his body from real models.
That's so
while
bizarre.
Sleek and Tears model Artur Farad, who was at one point Pseudolus' boyfriend, has most likely been photoshopped into GigaChad at least once.
I mean, he still is a GigaChad.
So likely
He's
that
just not
Pseudolus used some
cartoonish.
other models to sculpt her muse. But that leaves the question.
Well, a little cartoonish, perhaps. Right? Maybe a little.
Who is speaking as GigaChad? In April and May of 2021, GigaChad responded to his internet fame in 3 Instagram posts. While the posts are written in English for the most part, the last one has an entire sentence written in...
That is clearly fake! This looks like pencil art! What are you talking about? What the fuck is that?
Lithuanian, which roughly translates to, "Water and time will not wash away this steel." Sudmalis herself is half Lithuanian. So based on the available evidence, it appears that GigaChad may indeed be an art project, created by Sudmalis as her muse and likely inspired by her father. Berlin.1969 appears to be just a series of digitally altered photographs of Russian bodybuilder Artur Farad and several other models.
Obviously.
What makes GigaChad real to us is what he symbolizes.
He is real if you believe in him. He's Santa. GigaChad will appear to you at your lowest moment, when you've been drinking 8 sodas a day, downing a whole pizza in one sitting, you know, watching Japanese cartoons, and he'll extend his hand and say, "Hey, let's work on your squat form." He'll be there for you.
It's the idea of a man who is in complete harmony with himself and the world around him. And it's this idea that makes GigaChad more Chad-like than anything else.
Is this dog homophobic? Where did this dog even come from? Yes? I keep seeing that dog getting posted, and I don't even know what his deal is. What's his problem? He wasn't too fond of gay people. What happened? Who hurt him? What? What is this? I'm not clicking on that. I'm looking at some of these videos. I'm not clicking on these. There's several videos about the Domino's president. The guy. You know the guy. You know the guy. The pizza guy. Yeah. Mr. Hatsune Miku himself. Guys, don't post Smash stuff, please. It's not gonna work. Unless it's like tangential Smash. You know? It's gotta be very high level. I'm interested in this in a purely, like, genuine sense. Why is it already played? What? Oh, maybe this auto-played for me at some point.
This event, who would have...
This is fascinating to me. 10 precise moments that forever changed MMA rules. Dude, I watch MMA. This is fascinating, but I don't think it's, like, good for the stream. I don't think I'm going to watch it now. It's not really content, but I might watch this on my own. I'm saving this for later. I think in MMA, you were allowed to headbutt and hit below the groin. You were allowed to do that. But, I don't think you can do that anymore. I think they stopped that, so. You can't hit knees? Wait, really? You could hit the back of the head before, right? Because I used to have a, oh, ban this guy. Ban that guy. Yup, okay, they got goof. Yeah, alright. He posted the entire Five Nights at Freddy's storyline. Get rid of him now. Some drama in the Discord currently. What's going on in there? God, I am truly corrupted by the mojo. I want to do mojo next week. I just don't want to keep doing it. I'm spamming it. There's so much of it. Oh, I got 2 more. I got some more movies. While we're talking about memes I would like to know the origin of, I've got a new one. It's our good friend Wavy Websurf again. And there's an old video that used to get passed around that I've never seen. I've never seen explained anyway. And I think we should take a look at it. Find out why we would go to 5 or 6 stores. Or just one. I'm curious.
It's truly a shame that I haven't discussed today's topic
in the past, but hell, better late than never, I guess. It's finally time to tackle. You could stop at 5 or 6 stores.
Okay, I like this guy. I like his presentation. I like his channel, by the way. Wavy Web Surf, check it out. He's almost at 1 million. I don't like how zoomed in this camera is. I feel like this is a little bit too close. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Is that me? I feel like I'm a little, like, you know?
Well, better late than never, I guess. It's finally
it
time
feels
to
a little
tackle.
bit too
You
close.
could stop at 5 or 6 stores.
If I was sitting
just
with
one.
him in real life, I would, like, move to a different couch.
You can stop at 5 or 6 stores or just one. I don't need friends. They disappoint me.
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores or just one.
If you've spent a reasonable amount of time on YouTube, you've without a doubt run into this video and its various counterparts.
I've done these type of ads before. I did one. My mom, this is so embarrassing. When I was like in high school, about to go into college, like high school junior or senior, I really wanted to be an actor, right? TV actor. That was always my thing. Because TV actors are like, you know, they're paid well, but they're not like famous. I don't want to be famous. I didn't want to be in movies. So there were a bunch of commercial things. And they would tell us to like do commercials. And they're mostly just these really shitty agencies that are like, oh yeah, we've worked with all these kids on Nickelodeon and Disney Channel and all that stuff. We're going to get you all these deals, blah, blah, blah. It's a bunch of agencies to steal money. And the idea is you go there, and the way that it works is you show up, you do a couple commercial camera reads, you do terrible, they tell you you have talent, and then you pay them like $2,000 a month to represent you. And they don't give you any gigs because they don't fucking know anybody. The idea is they have one producer that may have worked on those shows, right? It's not a normal thing. And I went to a couple of those because I didn't know any better. My mom was like, you know, she was trying to support me, I guess, trying to do theater, trying to act. And I went to a couple of those. But at one of them, the night before, I had an encounter with a young lady, and I had a big-ass hickey on my neck, like here, like really bad. And it was one of those things where, like, in high school, you think it's cute, right? Like, you're marking your territory or some shit. It's, like, trashy, whatever. I walked into this fucking audition with just, like, it was like a baseball hit me. It was just like a softball right in my aorta, right there. And I was trying to play it cool. I was so embarrassed, but I was like trying to pretend like it didn't happen. Nobody said anything about it. And right as I finished my interview, right as I finished the commercial thing, I'm going to leave the studio, and the guy behind the camera is like, "Have a good night, big guy." This guy's like probably early 30s, and I'm like 16, 17. I'm like, "Yeah, man. Yeah." I didn't have anything funny to say. He was like, "You probably shouldn't show up with one of those to another audition." I'm like, "Probably not." He said, "Go put some ice on that thing." I'm like, "Yes, sir." That's my story. That happened to me. Yeah. And then a year later, I went out to LA. That's the payoff. I mean, there's no joke. I wasn't clever. I was embarrassed. I mean, they called me back, of course, like, "You have a lot of talent. We would like to represent you," but it's all bullshit. A year later, I went to LA with my friend who was scouting out colleges out there because I wanted to see if I wanted to go, you know, to try the acting thing. And I fucking hated it. I hated LA. I think I like California now, but I did not like LA. So I ended up staying here. So there you go. There's my story.
Like, John, I want a divorce.
John, I want a divorce.
Divorce.
Stop laughing.
Stop laughing, John.
Seemingly recorded in the same session, these videos appear to be a bizarre collection of botched audition tapes filmed sometime in the 80s or 90s that got leaked onto the internet. They're all over YouTube, with many of these clips having hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of views. While these enigmatic acting tapes have been viewed by millions around the world, virtually none of you watching know the actual story behind the videos.
I don't.
And of course,
I would
the
love to know.
mysterious man responsible
I
for
wish
their
somebody would
creation.
tell me.
So what is the real story behind 5 or 6 stores and the other various videos?
Please tell me.
I got into contact with 2 of the actors
Not
actually
that one.
featured in the videos to find that answer. This is the story behind these infamous...
Guys, wait till you hear this woman's voice. I'm laughing. Yes, I'm literally laughing. Shoes?
Actually featured in the videos to find that answer. This is the story behind these infamous acting clips that all of you know and love.
Oh my god.
Today's
so
video is
stupid.
sponsored by Bespoke Post. Top shelf people take the company. They have Bespoke about 70 and they'll match them. You can charge like Jaker of company lawn by clicking.com/.
The internet's obsession with these acting tapes began back in 2014 when a YouTuber named Josh came out of nowhere and posted 5 or 6
Let's go,
stories to
Josh.
the internet.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming. You could stop at 5 or 6 stores, or just 1.
Bad read.
The video was presented without context and contained various actors reciting the aforementioned line along with highly expressive acting.
You can stop at 5 or 6 stores or just 1.
Bad read. These people don't know how to act.
Due to the comedic yet
Stop
uncanny
showing that
nature
one.
of these videos, they
Come
started
on.
going viral on sites like Reddit where people
You do
often
it?
discuss the
Sure? Alright. Alright. Hold on. I'm smiling too much. Alright. This is actually how you stop laughing on stage. Yo, unhinge your jaw. And pull it out. Okay. It's so stupid. I learned that trick. I don't know why they say that. It's dumb. Didn't work? You're not doing it right. Okay. Oh, you guys got ads? Too bad. Too bad. What a time to get ads. Hey, guys, let's pretend like I'm doing it. Act like this is really good. Act like what I'm doing right now is amazing. Act like I killed it. Act like I killed it. Say it was so good. They didn't get to see it. They didn't get to see it. It's pretty good, right? It is pretty good. I know. I know. I hit it. It's the talent. I worked on it for so long. Yup. So good. I know. Yup. Yup. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Yup.
Keep your day job.
You don't kill it. They're not done with the ads yet. Stop. Stop. Oh, you guys missed it? I just did it. Oh, did you guys come out of ads? Oh, that's so tough. Oh, man. If you primed or if you subbed, you would have been able to see it. They're not back yet? Oh, okay. Do we do it again? I just tuned in. What's going on? Don't worry about it. We're having a little bit of fun. Wait, can't you clip it? Yeah, that's... Oh, are you guys out of ads? Thanks, Crab King. Damn, 2,400. We hit 2,400 tonight. Amazing. I feel like, and maybe I'm going crazy on this, I feel like it's possible to hit 3,300 tonight. I think we can. If we all bind together and all pool our resources and love and energy, I think we could do that. It's only 900. Thanks, Radiant Tarek. If everybody just uses their Prime right now, if you guys have Primes, go ahead, just look. Just go below the stream, see, continue sub. You probably have a free Prime. If you don't, it's $5. It's no money. It's fine. Okay. Back to the movie.
Theories behind their creation. The 5 or 6 stores video also found itself into the YouTube
We might be able to hit
algorithm.
300 tonight. We better not. We better not hit 300 subs. Thank you, Guru.
Which then served it to millions of people around the world. The view counts at 26 million this day. Needless to say, these clips captured the intrigue of the internet. They seemed as if they could be decades old. Where did they come from, and what were they
Thank you, Scarloth. Guys, remember, !claim to claim your free sub. You got to save that redemption code for later.
Filmed for?
Don't worry.
At the time, the answer wasn't certain, and the curiosities around these videos grew as more and more seemingly popped up out of nowhere onto YouTube.
They call him the Sandman because he likes to put people to sleep.
Hi, my name is Howard Drake, and here's something humorous about myself.
You don't seem to realize how insulting it is to me that you can't get your life together.
Every day I get out of bed and drag myself to the next cup of coffee.
You can stop at 5 or 6 stores, or just one.
Many would theorize that these acting videos were some sort of collection of found footage that was taken from a commercial.
I want to stop at that one
store.
store.
You know, perhaps a bunch of people went in, tried out for a commercial, and this is like an outtakes collection that someone dug up in their garage. While this is actually a backstory for many of classic viral videos that are on YouTube, it's not the case with these. See, sometime after 5 or 6 stores had gone viral, the original source of the acting videos had been found. The videos came from an old YouTube channel created back in 2006 called Acting Class Sarantos.
Genius content idea. Open up an acting school. Oh my God. You open up an acting school, you put all the shitty people on YouTube, you put the good people on YouTube, you put everybody on YouTube. Everybody's going to sign up for your classes because they might get on YouTube and they might be famous. Oh my God, if anybody steals this, I'm going to be so mad. Do this at Summit. If I ever get big enough, can get a sponsorship, like a $30,000 YouTube sponsorship or some bullshit, I'm going to host an acting class for one day and farm clips. Oh. That's such a good idea.
For some reason, the YouTube algorithm just seemingly squashed the videos on this channel, and they never had the opportunity to go viral, only the ones that were ripped by random internet users. This was the treasure trove that Josh
Shot
and the
to death for real? Oh God.
The others have been pulling from. Treasure trove is an understatement. It's honestly a full-blown gold mine.
What is that video?
Hey! Hey! You goddamn freeloader! Not timed over!
So now we know where the clips come from, but why do they exist?
You know, I could key this out and use this as an alert somehow. Get people to Prime.
So now we know where the clips come from, but why do they exist? And who is this mysterious Sarantos guy behind the Sarantos Studios? Well, when doing a cursory search online regarding Sarantos Studios, one is met with information that gives context to the famous clips. These videos weren't outtakes from some sort of commercial audition. They were actually footage from acting classes that Mr. Sarantos often taught. They were acting exercises. Sarantos Studios is a Chicago-based acting class that started back in the 1980s by acting coach Ted Sarantos.
I still want more specific physical characterization.
Okay.
It's still general.
I beg your pardon, Lady Bracknell.
Wonderful. That is so funny. That is, and that's character. No matter how obnoxious he is now, he's charming.
Okay.
Just from that little bit.
You got to get a little bit of a, you got to get the physicality. You got to have some
find
some
archives of the Sarantos Studios website dating all the
push
way
up
back
on
to
the heels.
2003.
Hold on. Good
Contents
shit.
of the page
Good
reveal what Ted and his studio were all about. He didn't just offer classes for aspiring actors, he also did classes for people in the everyday workforce who wanted to build confidence and get better at public speaking.
One of the most popular classes is designed to give non-actors the
$200 for 4 courses?
In everyday
That's cheap.
life.
Thank you, Zero Free.
From doctors
That's mad cheap.
to people who work with their hands, want to be more comfortable whatever it is that they're doing.
Scarloth,
Everyone who is petrified at the beginning, I would say, gets to the point where they are really happy with getting on stage or getting in front of a group.
The worst part about acting courses is the bullshit where this happens a lot for some reason, where to kill your inhibitions, they'll make you do wacky, dumb bullshit. Like, they'll be like, hey, so you're not, so everybody does no inhibitions. We're all going to pretend to be a snake. Slither around on the floor like a snake. And I'm like, if it works. Yeah, but like, I guess so. I don't know. For me, it's like, why are you showing up to the acting course if you have inhibitions to begin with? I guess if you're trying to come from the very bottom and you still have to break that barrier, then yeah, sure, if it's like literally 101. But I figure if you're coming to an acting course, stop being so fucking insecure. Do the part. That's what you're there for. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, it's not, nobody's going to judge you, you know?
Even at work. And enjoy.
Would epic rap battles of history be DMCA? I'm not going to watch epic rap battles of history.
Which they never thought that they would do.
Yeah, Mr. Sarantos was offering lessons to people from all skill levels and backgrounds.
Just be confident.
Which might explain
Literally
why a lot
true.
of the famous clips feature some
Okay, you don't have to be confident, but if you want to be a fucking actor, you kind of have to be. That's the point.
As he's probably dealing
You gotta have
with
belief
rookies.
in yourself and
You
your
can
body.
stop
Your
at
body
5 or
is your
6 stores
instrument.
or just one.
Speaking of videos, here's an example of Mr. Sarantos in action. You can tell that he really was a gifted coach. Look how fast he's able to take this guy from a cold read to actually reciting this commercial fairly well.
Are you ready?
Yes, whenever you like.
Meat Protein Plus. The Muscle Energy Bar.
Okay, you're greatly dissipating your energy by being so concerned with the script.
Meat Protein Plus. The Muscle Energy Bar. It's
okay.
Oh,
now,
he almost
that
had
was
it.
pretty good.
He had the first part. Not bad.
The gesture was brought at the same time the script came up, and so you're not selling the product with that.
All right. Meat Protein Plus. The Muscle Energy Bar.
It needs definition. The product is important, so you
Damn, he's
present
getting
it.
put through the ringer.
Meat Protein Plus. The Muscle Energy Bar.
Did you feel the difference in that? All right. Now,
He's got to work on his
While
diction.
it is satisfying to have somewhat of an understanding of
muscle
where these
energy
clips
bar.
came from
The
and why
muscle
they were
energy
recorded,
bar.
I wanted to know more.
gotta hit
I
every
wanted to know
syllable,
more
you
about
know?
the history of
Pretty
Sarantos
good, though.
Studios,
Pretty good,
when
pretty
exactly the
I'll
clips
give
were
it up.
recorded, and of course if Mr.
Good
Sarantos
director,
is
yeah.
still teaching classes to this day. Taking a look at the Sarantos Studios
Could
website,
you do it?
appears the
Easily.
domain has expired.
I could get you
but
motherfuckers
there
to
were
buy it
Zoom
tonight.
classes being offered on archived versions of the site from 2021. The Sarantos
Worked with
Studios
Root.
YouTube channel does feature an email address, which I presume to be
I like
Ted
Drew.
Sarantos
I like
himself.
Drew.
I
I
sent
like
one
Drew.
off to this
I
email
like
months
Drew.
ago, but never got a response. But I was fortunate enough to eventually come into contact with two of the actors that are actually featured in these Ted Sarantos acting videos, which are famous online. The first of which is a woman named Sandy Gulliver, and this is her in action.
Oh, damn. It's nothing. It's stupid. You know those black shoes? I told you it was stupid. I know what you're thinking. Who cares what color shoes she's wearing? But believe me, women notice.
I found Sandy while in the process of doing a Sarantos Studio deep dive on Facebook. I asked her if she was aware of the viral fame that the Sarantos Studios videos had
Did you
received
get her
over the years.
voice? Did you get her voice on camera? Did you?
She told me yes, and that Mr. Sarantos likely was too.
Did you get
She
an
says,
audio
I'm aware
interview?
of the viral videos. They got a hold of one of my early monologues from Ted Sarantos acting classes and did a
The
mashup
kids
on
seemed
it,
to
which the
like
kids seemed to like.
Oh, damn. It's nothing. It's stupid. You know those black shoes?
I'm actually quite pleased it's doing well,
Thanks,
with
Faze
little
guy.
to no snarky personal remarks about me. She continues, Ted was in the habit of filming us going through our paces and putting them on YouTube. YouTube wasn't such a big place back then, but someone found them and had a lot of fun.
Aw.
Ted knows about the mashes. He's still alive, though ailing. Another
Ailing?
person very close to him is actor Harold
Aw.
Dennis. You can find him on Facebook also. So naturally, my next
Sad.
stop would be to find this Harold Dennis fellow, someone I would soon come to know as Mr. Sarantos' understudy, someone who worked with him for 18 years.
Yeah.
And yes, he's in the famous videos too.
Hi, I'm Harold Dennis.
Hi, Harold
You
Dennis.
ain't never killed nobody before. It ain't like stepping on that shit. It takes a man to kill. You man enough to kill. Get me right there, Jake. Get me. Hit me!
Harold explained to me the
You're pretty
mysterious
good.
origins of the
Thank you,
studio
fella.
and some info about Ted himself. He also
Not bad,
gave me
Harold.
context in regard to when and where the internet famous videos were recorded. From what I remember, he said he started acting and decided that teaching it worked out for him around 55 years ago. I started training with him in January of 2004. His studio was on North Halstead Street, where that link you sent me was taped. He's referring to 5 or 6 stores. It was recorded there. During the COVID shutdown, he closed the school and we held virtual weekly classes on Zoom up until the first weekend in this past January. Classes are done. I then asked Heardle specifically about 5 or 6 stores. I wanted him to describe what exactly this exercise was and what it was trying to accomplish. New people to the class would give the line to deliver and then allow themselves to let loose with an action. He recorded us for years. He had us take over VHS taping home and review it a minimum of 3 times to see what we did during our session that we couldn't see while in front of the class while following his directions. With that one line, 5 or 6 stores, there are many ways to deliver it.
Yeah, but only one correct way.
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores or just one.
Just one. Just one.
One.
Just one?
One.
One.
One. One.
One.
One.
One.
One.
One.
Everybody does the
this
same
to say
thing.
about Mr. Sarantos and his gift as a teacher. He coined his teaching magical acting. I'll say this, when I started training with Ted 18 years ago, I had maybe bit roles in 3 films. Today, I'm knocking on the door of 200. I believe everything this man has told me.
Damn.
That's why I spent my Wednesday afternoons with him religiously for these 18 years. Heardle continues to teach the methods of Ted Sarantos to this day. You can find his information in the description box.
Good for you, Heardle.
As mentioned by Sandy, Ted himself is retired and his health is ailing. I don't know any more than that. While the internet has long thought these tapes simply to be leaked outtakes published to the internet, the real story is far more intriguing in my view. They're a result of Ted's decades-long dedication to acting education. The videos themselves essentially serving as study material for his students to take home and review. His talent as a coach is undeniable, with the careers of those who studied under him as proof. Take Harold Dennis's career as an example, and he's not the only Ted Sarantos understudy
This is
that's
a happy
done well
story.
in the acting world.
It's a happy ending.
Since the Sarantos Studios acting classes are no more, I'll never get to personally experience that magical acting Heardle spoke of in person. But after spending hours watching the videos on the Sarantos Studio YouTube channel, I think I'm beginning to have at least an understanding of what it is.
Good for him, bro.
That, my friends, was the story
Why the
behind
ominous
5 or 6
music? I
stores
don't
in
know.
Sarantos Studios.
It's so scary. Okay, so it's just acting courses. Got it. Sure.
I want to personally...
Big ups to those two. I could have just guessed that. Good movie. I could have just Oh, dude, did you guys see that I went to Target today? I was so sad. I went to Target. I biked there. Okay? It's like 10 minutes from my house. I biked to Target. Specifically to see Kirby. And do you know what I saw when I got there? Insane. No Kirby's at all. But I also realized those balls are way smaller than that. So I wouldn't have been able to fit him anyway. But still, I would have liked a Kirby. You know? Not just that barren stuff. Alright, guys, do me a favor and don't look at the title of the stream for the next, 5 minutes. Just look at me, okay? We're going to keep talking. Don't worry. Hey, please don't leave, okay? I would pop it right now if I could. Okay? I would if I could, but we got to stay here for just a second. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. Come on. Just hold on. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Wait till you see it. You're going to regret not watching it. We're going north. Don't worry. Dude, I hate this shit. I wrote them 5 times about this, about the fact that it doesn't start tracking right away. It's insane to me that they would do that. Damn, we watched a lot of movies tonight. Pretty fun movie night. Oh my God, there's so many baseball movies. I'm trying to get through all my windows on my other monitor. It's not happening. Ask Ben if we should stay. He said yes. I asked him already. He said yes. Come on. I'll stay if you take off the hat. No, my hair is all flat and gross right now. It's not happening. Can you give us their email so we can have thousands of emails to fix it. I think that I would get in trouble if I did that. They would probably be mad at me if I had to guess. Let me see who we're going to raid. A lot of people on. Damn. Maybe we go raid Mango. Might be the play. But not yet. Not yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I have to wait. I have to wait and just stick here for a second. I'll even play Squirtle with you. How about Squirtle? The kids love Squirtle. Come on. Come on, everybody. Come on. It's not working. Did they take it down? Did they get rid of it? Oh, my God. Why? Maybe I have the wrong URL. Surely, right? I typed Squirtle, and this came up. I should have known that. Should have known that would happen. It's kind of dumb. Oh, here we go. Thank God. Okay. I need your guys' help with this, though, because I don't know. Unfortunately, I have no idea any of these. New game? I'll do Gen 1. I'm going to cheat. I'll just do Gen 1. Dratini. Dratini not found. Is it Gem 1 is Dratini, right? Why is it Dratini there? What? You have to click it. Click what? What? Oh, that's stupid. Okay, not the same types. Smaller but heavier. Smaller but heavier. Would that be like... It has to be fat. Geodude? No way Geodude is heavier than Dratini, right? Even if it's a rock. No. Dratini is like 7 feet tall. Oh. Gengar? No. Now it's taller and heavier than both. Golem. Golem. Fuck, man. Now it's lighter. Is it Geodude? Right? This is so stupid. I hate this game. There are too many Pokemon. We're not getting any types. Oh, because I did the same type multiple times. That's on me. Yeah, that's my bad. Whoops. Porygon? Porygon's not heavier, right? Can't be. I lost. It was Dugong. Watch people in chat. Oh, it was Dugong. I knew it was Dugong. You couldn't know. There's no way you could have known that. Oh, obviously, of course. It's Dugong. Duh. Stupid. Do the daily? Oh, God. It's going to be any gen. Ducklet. You guys do it. I don't know this. Go. It's smaller. Oh, my God. It's smaller and lighter than a Ducklet? Correct gen. Litwick? Joltik. A lot of people are saying Joltik. Fine. Heavier and taller than Joltik. Snorlax? I don't think so. It's lighter than a Ducklet. I don't know who you guys are talking about. Mincino? Ferroseed? Tepig. I don't... You guys have to agree on this. Pikachu? I don't think it's Pikachu, because Pikachu is... Okay, up a gen. But type 2 and high... Wait, what's Pikachu's second type? Pikachu has 2 types? Oh, no, I don't care about that. Wait, no, I don't care about that. What I care about is the Northman.
Father!
The Northman is now in theaters April 22nd. I'm so excited to tell you guys about this. We're finally here. Get to watch The Northman with Nicole Kidman and Alexander Skarsgård. Only in theaters on April 22nd. Now, this movie, one we've been excited for a very long time. The movie is packed with a cast full of legendary movie stars working at the height of their skill. Including Bjork? Oh, Willem Dafoe is in this movie, too. That's pretty cool. There's a level of Viking authenticity that is rarely, if ever, seen before, with a number of Viking shows and movies, but none of them match the sheer level of accuracy seen in The Northman. Check out The Northman, only in theaters on April 22nd. At the gates of hell you will... Okay. What is it? Somebody said Tepig. Nope. Wait, what? Same type? Oh, it's only one type. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Is Tepig only fire? Snivy? Snivy. Nope. Heatmore. I'm just literally sending it. How long is this? Same height as Pikachu. Zorua. Nope. Emolga. You guys aren't very good at this. Nope, it was Lillipup. Sorry, stupids. Go watch Mango. Maybe you can learn a little bit more about Pokemon in the future. Sorry, dumbasses. Good night.
How I love this pretty bed. Now I'll rest my weary head. Good night.
Hey, thanks in Fromo for the Prime. Anybody else? Huh? Anybody else? A Prime? I'll say your name. Huh? Anybody? It's free. Come on. Whatever.